A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Smriti Rastogi, and I will be hosting you all for the Build India Infra Awards 2025. We request your kind attention, please. And a humble request to all the guests, participants outside to kindly come inside the hall and take your respective seats. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate the second edition of Build India Infra Awards 2025, it brings me immense pleasure to share that we have grown not only bigger in terms of our award sectors, but also we have been able to create impact in terms of innovation and future perspective in our domain. Let me give you a brief on our endeavor in celebrating the prestigious Build India Infra Awards 2025. India's infrastructure sector is witnessing unprecedented growth and transformation. The country is adding 38 kilometers of highways daily, aims to have operational airports in 220 cities by 2025, and is expanding its metro rail network across 20 plus cities. The maritime sector has seen cargo handling capacity increase to 2,600 MTPA, while Indian Railways is implementing transformative projects like dedicated freight corridors and high-speed rail corridors. This infrastructure revolution is marked by several globally significant achievements, and the modern marvels of engineering in India showcases our technical prowess. The Build India Infrastructure Awards serves as a platform to recognize these remarkable achievements and promote excellence in infrastructure development. These awards not only celebrate technical innovation but also acknowledge projects that demonstrate environmental consciousness and social impact. Well, with this context setting, I would like to bring your attention to several key features of our awards. We recognize excellence across 8 infrastructure sectors. This year, we have added 3 more sectors in our award categories. Earlier, there were 5 sectors: road, railways, metros, ports, and aviation. This year, we will be felicitating the aviation, road and highways, railways, ports, water infrastructure, power transmission, and urban transport. There are 3 award categories in each infrastructure sector, which is around impact, sustainability, and innovation. Apart from this, we have a special category this year, which is Trailblazing Infrastructure Award. And the point where we take immense pride is that we remain committed to our transparent and merit-based evaluation process in determining our awardees. Under the leadership of our distinguished jury chairperson, Shri Amitabh Kant, India's G20 Sherpa, and eminent jury members, a comprehensive multi-stage process is followed in the selection of our awardees. And after the elaborate, transparent, and extensive process, our winners are finally decided. Ladies and gentlemen, let us watch the jury introduction video now.
Five is back, celebrating outstanding infrastructure projects that shape India's development. This prestigious platform highlights the efforts of organizations that have made a significant impact on the nation's infrastructure landscape, perseverance, and transformative contributions that drive India's progress. We are honored to introduce our jury: Amitabh Kant, India's G20 Sherpa, Chair; Vijay Chipper, former Secretary, MORTH, MORTH; Sanjay Bhatia, former Chairman, Mumbai Port Trust and Indian Ports Association; UP Singh, former Secretary, Ministry of Jal Shakti; NN Sinha, former Chairman, NHAI; Ashwani Lohani, former Chairman, Railway Board; Arvind Singh, former Secretary, Ministry of Tourism and former Chairman, Airport Authority of India; Dakshita Das, former Additional Member Finance, Ministry of Railways; Rajiv Mishra, Director General, National Mission for Clean Ganga. Sanjay Bandyopadhyay, former Chairman, IWAI. Dr. R.P. Singh, former CMD, Power Grid Corporation of India Limited. P.R. Jaishankar, MD, IIFCL. Vinay Kumar Singh, former MD, NCRTC. Brijesh Dixit, MD, Maharashtra State Infrastructure Development Corporation. Arun Nakhani, former MD, Nagpur Municipal Corporation. Sharad Sabnis, former Senior VP, Tata Realty and Infrastructure. Vishwas Pathak, Director, Mahadiscom. Atul Kulkarni, Management Consultant Infrastructure. Paul B. Jensen, MD, European Business and Technology Center. Davinder Sandhu, Co-founder and Chairperson, Primus Partners. Nilaya Verma, Co-founder and CEO, Primus Partners. Vaibhav Dange, Public Policy Expert on Infra, Green Fuels and Sustainability Mobility. A distinguished jury panel comprising industry leaders, visionaries and seasoned professionals meticulously evaluates each project with over 60 hours of rigorous assessment. These experts select projects that set new benchmarks in quality, impact and sustainability. Their dedication ensures that only the most innovative and inspiring initiatives receive this prestigious recognition. As the awards continue to spotlight India's infrastructure excellence, they serve as a beacon for future generations, inspiring continued progress in the sector.
Thank you, team. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you all to put your hands together for the esteemed jury which has played a pivotal role in determining our winners. Can we have a huge round of applause? Thank you so much, everyone. Well, before moving ahead, let me acknowledge and thank our group of partners for helping us in making this event bigger and better. Our knowledge partner, Primus Partners, our media partner, Mint, our government support from Ministry of Road Transport and Highways and Ministry of Civil Aviation, our gold sponsors, IRB Infrastructure Developers Limited and APCO Infratech Private Limited, our silver sponsors, FCON and GR Infra Projects Limited, our association partners, National Highway Builders Association, Indian Metro Rail Organization Society, Highway Operators Association, Indian Ports Association, contributors HP Convergence, and Enviro Vision 2050, our event organizer, Build India Foundation, and this event is managed by Effective Initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all put our hands together as we welcome the Honorable Union Minister of Civil Aviation, Shri Ram Mohan Naidu ji. A very warm welcome, sir. We request you to kindly join us on the stage. And also I would invite Shri Vaibhav Dange, co-founder and director, Build India Foundation, and Shri Devinder Pal Sandhu, co-founder and chairperson, Primus Partners, to kindly join us on the stage, please. Our heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Minister. Let us all put our hands together once again as a gesture of gratitude and thank you to the Honorable Minister. Now I invite on stage Shri Vaibhav Dange, co-founder and director, Build India Foundation, to kindly come forward and present flowers to the Honorable Minister as a token of gratitude for gracing this occasion with his gracious presence. We are indeed indebted, sir. And now it's time for the welcome address by Shri Vaibhav Dange ji. A brief into his illustrious career. Mr. Vaibhav Dange, founder and curator of Build India. Mr. Dange is a policy expert in infrastructure, governance, business management, and sustainable mobility. He is a well-known name in the field of public policy and India infrastructure sector in particular. In his recent roles as an advisor with NHAI and Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, he played a pivotal role in shaping policy and execution of India's biggest infra projects, expressways, and all-weather roads. He played a critical role in overcoming challenges of financing stalled infra projects, implementing technology-based toll collection, and facilitating public-private partnership. He has also drafted several policy papers for the government and authored several books, including Building Bridges, Shaping the Future. He serves as a member of the Board of Governance of IIM Nagpur and is on advisory board on various trade and management organizations. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome Mr. Dange for the welcome note address.
Thank you, Smruti. First and foremost, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Build India Infra Awards 2025. I take this opportunity to welcome our Honorable Minister for Civil Aviation, Mr. Mohan Naidu, for this Build India Infra Awards 2025. I'm particularly very happy today to welcome him here. When I met him and to invite him for the awards, he of course graciously immediately accepted our invitation. And when I met him, I have mentioned this to him. This forum is, sir, to kind of express and celebrate the achievers in terms of India's infrastructure growth. And none other than we can have a minister who himself represents a kind of achiever in his own self. So he's, please put your hands together. He's the youngest cabinet minister in the present cabinet. And I have personally seen, sir, your first term as the member of parliament in the house. And I remember we used to interact in the parliament. And from there to see you grow phenomenally and become a cabinet minister, youngest cabinet minister in the government is something which is the spirit that we want to celebrate in this whole Infra Awards. So this is second edition of our Build India Infra Awards. As you know, sir, in last 10 years particularly, India's infrastructure has seen a phenomenal growth, a growth which is unmatched globally. Probably no country in the world has been able to do what India has done in last 10 years. Be it any sector, pick up highways, you are building more than 35 kilometers of highways per day. We are already third largest road network in the world. Be it airports, which you are leading. In 2014, we had 76 airports. Today, we have more than 150 airports. And I'm sure by the time we request you to give your keynote address, you must have added few another. With that kind of pace, India's aviation sector is growing. And probably by 2030, India's aviation sector is going to be third largest in the world, both in terms of passenger capacity, number of passengers, and probably even the number of machines, aviation machines we will have. Be it water sector, sir, power transmission. In water, the Prime Minister has given a very ambitious target of Har Ghar Nal Se Jal. That is something which is, transforming the entire nation. Huge amount of pipelines, water treatment, sewage treatments, river regenerations, whatnot. So many things are happening. Be it metro, urban transport sector. We had one metro in 2000, I think 2000, and Delhi metro. And Kolkata was under construction for so many years. Today we have metro operational in almost more than 17 cities, probably 21 cities. Metro is under construction, which is phenomenally changing the entire landscape of urban transport. And it has not limited to the metro. There are a lot of new alternative modern urban transport mobility solutions are being tried. For example, Varanasi is coming up with a ropeway based modern urban transport solution, which is about to be commissioned in few months from now. There are so many such new things happening in urban transport. For example, Cochin runs a water metro, which is being replicated in other cities now. Studies are being done to replicate those water metro in other cities. So you name a sector of infrastructure, whether it is highway, aviation, port, urban transport, water, power transmission, port capacity has increased. The Vadhavan port, which government has announced and the work has started, is going to have a capacity together of all the present ports in India. Just imagine the kind of size we are looking at. Those kind of size was earlier used to be, read in Google or heard from China alone. But India is catching up fast, or rather, India is not running a marathon, but probably 100-meter sprint our infrastructure sector is doing. And with the leadership of the government and the ministers of various ministries in the infrastructure sector, I am sure you will keep infrastructure sector on toes, sir. We are happy that we have received phenomenal response for the Build India Infra Awards second edition. We had more than 83 nominations compared to 47 last year. In fact, the jury, I'm extremely thankful to the entire jury. I can't take each name for the paucity of time, but I'm grateful to each jury member personally for spending time. Sir, total almost more than 60 hours of time has been spent by jury to look at each project. All companies, all project teams were asked to do presentation to the jury, and jury has grilled them. Jury has gone through each and every project presentations, asked them questions, probably sometimes uncomfortable questions. But I can proudly say, sir, the entire process has been very transparent, with the highest possible standards of quality maintained, and the kind of work jury has done. Today, we will be presenting awards to various projects that are shortlisted and selected by jury. I can definitely say they are one of the best projects in the world, not alone in India. And therefore, I take this opportunity to congratulate each and every nominees, everybody who has nominated. Please don't feel that somebody has been selected, because there is a format to select 2 or 3 awards in each category of impact, sustainability, and innovation. But each one of you, every project that we have gone through from 83 projects has been a project of excellence in itself. And therefore, I want to appreciate and congratulate each one of who is sitting here, who has been involved in planning, implementation, execution, management, operations management. There are so many innovations happen, sir, in every project, be it technology, be it construction management, be it operations management. Every project has gone through innovations. Every project has gone through a focus on sustainability and low carbon emissions. I think that's phenomenal. I can go on talking about each project for hours together. That kind of energy those presentations has given us. But thank you, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Thank you, nominees, for being here. Thank you, media and everybody here present. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the great achievements, probably the great new monuments of excellence that our infrastructure people are building. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dange, for setting the tone for the evening. And moving ahead, ladies and gentlemen, joining us electronically is our Minister of Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal, with his message. Let's listen it.
Excited to address the Build India Infra Awards today. I sincerely regret I am not able to join you in person, since we have a high-level visit and I am terribly preoccupied in discussions with my trade counterparts. First of all, my congratulations to all the awardees and nominees. These awards recognize excellence, celebrate innovation, and inspire the next generation to dream bigger and build better. Today, we honor not just projects, but perseverance that is transforming India's infra and shaping our nation's future. From highways that redefine connectivity to railways driving economic growth, world-class ports boosting trade efficiency, to modern airports strengthening regional and global connectivity. Every milestone reflects our nation's bold vision and commitment to progress. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, PM Gati Shakti is an initiative which has ensured integrated and multimodal infra development, making transport seamless, reducing logistics costs, and boosting our economic potential. Initiatives like the Bharatmala Pariyojana, developing roads and highways, Udan scheme, focusing on aviation, the Sagarmala program for ports, and Maritime Vision 2047 are unlocking new opportunities, enhancing connectivity, and positioning India as a global infra powerhouse. The budget this year allocated 11,21,000 crore rupees for the infrastructure sector alone. This growth is not just about roads and railways. It's about people, crores of jobs created, businesses thriving, and citizens experiencing better mobility and convenience. With smart cities and green highways, we are building an infrastructure, an ecosystem that is sustainable, resilient, and future ready. As we move forward, let us continue to collaborate, innovate, and accelerate, ensuring that India's infrastructure remains the backbone of our economic development. Once again, congratulations to all the winners, and thank you for your dedication in building a better India for tomorrow. An India marching its way to Viksit Bharat, a developed India by 2047, when we celebrate 100 years of independence. Thank you.
Our gratitude, sir, for giving us your valuable insights into the industry and its unparalleled development. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it brings me immense pleasure as I invite the Honorable Union Minister of Civil Aviation, Shri Mohan Naidu ji, to kindly come forward and present the keynote address. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome the Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, everyone. A warm good evening to all of you, the esteemed dignitaries, policymakers, industry leaders, and the real people behind the whole Build India movement that we have achieved over the last 10 years, especially. So once again, a warm good evening to each and every one of you, and my sincere greetings to all the achievers who are being presented here today with the Build India Infra Awards. And it's a distinct honor for me today to be here. The Build India Infrastructure Awards 2025, reaffirming our shared commitment in the nation's growth story. This initiative by the Build India Foundation aligns seamlessly with our government's vision of encouraging excellence, innovation, and sustainability in the whole infrastructure development movement. And as I see, Build India Infra Awards not only recognize our outstanding projects, but also encourage setting new benchmarks for Viksit Bharat 2047. And I look at Build India Infra Awards as a celebration of the spirit of excellence and also the spirit of innovation. Stakeholders across different sectors, let it be roads, ports, airports, urban transport, they all should be motivated to push the boundaries of possibility and achieve the impossible in the future. And it is time for all of us to be extraordinary, to break all those boundaries, to break all those limitations, to break all those glass ceilings that have been set before us. And it is not just about building better, but also about being the best in the world also. Building robust infrastructure, which includes physical, digital, and social, has been a personal commitment of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and his led NDA government. And I firmly believe that India's development aspirations demand significant investment in infrastructure And under the guidance of our Prime Minister, our focus has become a lot more sharper today. Over the past 5 years, we have seen the Union government's capital expenditure on major infrastructure grow at an impressive rate of 38.8% from financial year 2020 to financial year 2024. I don't think any other country in the world would have spent so much on the infrastructure front, but we all understand that the foundation for the real growth of this country depends on how much you will create the capital expenditure. And in the aviation sector also, we have made physical connectivity a topmost priority. And in our plan for aviation, we have spent capital expenditure of almost 91,000 crores in the last 5 years. And we are on the verge of completion where we have spent more than 95% today. And Airport Authority of India has earmarked a capex of 23,000 crores for the next 5 years into building more airports and better airport infrastructure. And the UDAN scheme, which is the Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagarik scheme, which I personally admire, has benefited 1 crore 50 lakh people and connected 88 airports across the country. And it has helped us to start 619 new routes, which was not possible before. And the scheme is further being expanded in the next 10 years. And we plan to include 4 crore more passengers into the UDAN network. And we want to create 120 new destinations in the coming 10 years. So this is the grand vision we have in the airport and aviation sector for the country today. And another sector for us in the cargo sector, we feel there is a huge potential in the cargo sector. We are still lagging behind, but we have a grand plan for that. And we are growing at more than 10% rate. And in fact, in the budget speech that was presented by our Honorable Finance Minister, she has carefully addressed this issue, and she has said that we are going to streamline all the cargo activity, especially air cargo activity in the country, build better seamless connectivity and also more warehousing, and connect the local product to the global market. And that is the vision which we are going to move forward in the future. And as I reflect on the future of India's aviation sector, I am filled with immense pride and optimism, where India, which is currently the third largest domestic aviation market in the world and is poised to be the number one in the coming years. And by Viksit Bharat 2047, we will leave no stone unturned until we become the number one aviation market in the whole world. And that is the commitment we have today towards our country. And few days back, 16th February, the airlines of India have carried 530,000 passengers on one single day. It is a great achievement for any country when they cross 5 lakh passengers in one single day. And we have done that as a country today. And our airlines are also thriving with regional carriers emerging, signaling the sector's robust health, where Indian pilots renowned globally for their expertise and professionalism continue to set new benchmarks in the aviation industry. And also not only just the physical connectivity, we are also concentrating more on how do we improve our MRO activity in the country. We feel that it is the real gold mine behind the civil aviation sector, not only in the job creation, in economic growth, but also in bolstering the civil aviation sector for further growth in the future. And in our remarkable trajectory growth, Indian carriers collectively placed an order of more than 2,000 aircrafts. 300 have been delivered, 17,000 are yet to be delivered in the next 10 years. Imagine that kind of capacity coming into the Indian fleet. And this is the real strength that we are going to witness in the coming years. And at the heart of this transformation is the creation of new airports. Nobody would have thought that we would be creating airports at such a great pace. Creating roads itself is a great achievement for us. But creating airports, where people thought that airports were like marvels, like engineering marvels and all, but we have created an expertise in creating these airports. And just like how Vaibhavji has shared, in 2014, we had 74 airports, and currently it is 159 and counting. We have 2 more where we are waiting for the date of our Honorable Prime Minister so that we can launch 2 more also. They're all ready right now. And we are going to create 50 more airports in the next 5 years. So we have masterized the whole concept of creating more airports. And this has driven the whole aviation sector forward today. And the NDA government is totally committed to build connectivity and to give world-class airports to the people of this country. And NDA, which is the National Democratic Alliance, and we have redefined it. It is not only the National Democratic Alliance, it is the National Development Alliance also, where the focus for all of us is infrastructure, innovation and inclusion for all the people of this country. And I talk about Viksit Bharat, I talk about Viksit airports, and I envision them being more than just transport hubs, transit hubs for the whole country. Our airports are our economic engines driving national growth. One airport in one place creates so much economic activity, it redefines the whole sectors of that space, especially the tourism sector. When an airport comes, the tourism sector booms in that place. Real estate sector, you just say place an airport, the idea of an airport somewhere, then the whole prices of the whole land over there just spikes up. And then you have job creation, the MRO sector, engineering sector, IT sector, so many other sectors are connected with the building of just one airport. So we understand the seriousness of how much this airport sector or the aviation sector creates to a certain space. So that is why the creation of these airports and the introduction of this aviation sector is not only limited to the tier 1 and metro cities. We are going to tier 2 cities and we are going to tier 3 cities also. Yesterday, where you would have thought that the possibility of an airport is out of our books. Today, we are creating world-class infrastructure in those kind of areas and connecting them not only to different parts of the country, but different parts of the world also. And that is the attitude with which we are moving today. And I see 2024 being an amazing year for the civil aviation sector, where we launched 26 airport projects worth more than 18,000 crores across various states in the country. And 9 new airports were dedicated to the country: Rewa, Ambikapur, Solapur, and foundation stones were laid for new civil enclave airports, Agra, Darbhanga, Bagdogra, and new terminal buildings in Varanasi, Belgavi, Jammu airports were also sanctioned. So continuously, the capex is being pushed into the aviation sector, so we don't lag back. The airports which are reaching its saturation capacity, we are expanding the terminals. Where we feel there is a need for an airport, we are building an airport. Where there are defense airports, we are taking a bit of land and we are converting it into civil enclaves, so people can also travel from those airports. So we are leaving no stone unturned to reach our goals and to reach the real goal of Viksit Bharat 2047. And the Jewar airport, which is about to come in another 2 months, in April itself, we are trying to start the operations in the Jewar Noida airport, which is going to be Asia's largest airport. If it completes all its phases, we are still looking at the phase 1 today, but once it completes all its phases in terms of cargo and the connectivity, the additional connectivity that it can offer to National Capital Region is unbelievable. So that is one important project that we are trying to finish up. And then we have the Navi Mumbai airport, which is going to change the whole landscape of Mumbai. A city like Mumbai, which is already so much saturated in terms of connectivity, where the challenge of land is immense. Now we have the opportunity of having operations run from a different airport, Navi Mumbai airport. So it's properly connected thanks to our Honorable Minister Nitin Gadkari ji and the state government of Maharashtra, where we have given multiple routes of connecting not only the Mumbai city to Navi Mumbai, but the outskirts of Mumbai city also to Navi Mumbai airport. So that is going to bring a lot of good connectivity for the city, and that is going to change the whole infrastructure landscape of the city. And through the budget this year, 2,400 crores have been allocated to civil aviation, where 43 crores more than the last year. And also for Udan scheme, 540 crores, which is also an improvement for last year, has been given. So we see that is going to help us in driving our targets forward. And our special focus has also been on Northeast region, where 10 airports have been operationalized there, and also including 2 heliports. So not only in creating airports, but we also see that in places where airport building is a challenge still today because of the geographical terrain. Because of in some hilly terrain, it becomes very difficult to find a flat land of 600 to 1,000 acres. Then we are converting those models into having heliports and connecting the airports and the heliports together. So ultimately that last mile connectivity of air travel is being given to every nook and corner of this country. So we are giving innovative solutions, trying to expand our civil aviation operations so that all our airports, all our heliports, all our states, everyone is taken completely together and we drive the whole airport network completely forward. And not only that, what we have also brought to our airports, if you see of the Western airports, in the airports in the Western countries, they're all purely, mostly you see steel, mostly you see glass, and then you see signboards, nothing more than that. But when we talk about Indian airports, We don't only see them as mere buildings which can offer connectivity from one place to another. We see them as structures where you can really show your culture, your identity, your local history. So all these things combined, if you look at some of the airports, even the ones which Airport Authority of India is constructing, you will see that there is a lot of significance and resemblance of the local culture also flowing into the construction of airports. This is an interesting aspect where all of you, we are involved in infrastructure, need to carry that forward. You have to use the infrastructure to create that kind of change, to create an identity for each and everyone where people feel proud just by how they look at people and they feel proud. They should look at these buildings also and they should feel proud that this is our India. This is our culture. This is our identity that we are showcasing. So this is a great opportunity that people like you who are building these infrastructure projects, they all have. And I take pride in the airports that we are building today on how much we are able to inculcate the local geography, the local culture, the local essence, the local language, everything into our building of airports and trying to drive the whole cultural movement also forward. And also in our airports, we are having an immersive experience of bringing in the local traditions and handicrafts also, the art structure also. If you look at some of the art displays that we have in our airports, they have been created by these local artists who might have not had any opportunity to showcase their art. Our airports are becoming a museum. Our airports are becoming an exhibition ground for all of them, where we also take pride in that activity. And also on top of that, I'm just taking a lot of time because I feel there is a lot of activity going in civil aviation. And it is my responsibility for each and everyone to know this activity and take pride in it. And I want more people to be involved in civil aviation sector also. I don't see this as a growth of only our Prime Minister or only myself or my team at Civil Aviation Ministry. I see that the growth of civil aviation is the combined growth of all of us. We all need to move forward with the sense of Team India. Only then we are going to achieve the great success that we are going to envision. Yesterday, our success was when we are competing with the states. Which state is doing better? Madhya Pradesh is doing better. Maharashtra is doing better. Andhra Pradesh is doing better. But today we have come to the place under the leadership of our Prime Minister, we are competing with countries only. Our states are competing with countries today. So that is the grand vision that we have. And only to achieve this, we have to have that inclusiveness, combinedness. The teamwork has to always be there. So I take this opportunity of the platform to give you a more sense of what is happening in aviation sector also. And on top of that, you would have seen the planes moving around. You have seen small planes moving around. You have seen helicopters moving around. But we are also bringing in some great technology in the future, which is the eVTOLs, electronic vertical takeoff and landing vehicles. This is the future of aviation that is going to come. Some countries are already moving into it. They already have the prototypes. So I don't want to be left behind. I want India to be also leading the charge in eVTOLs. So we are giving all the rules and regulations, the guidelines, what go into operations of these eVTOLs forward. And we are envisioning that in the next year itself, the first half of next year, at least some prototype can be flying around. These eVTOL vehicles should come into the airspace in the next year itself. So we are planning that also. And that's going to be a very interesting intervention in the civil aviation movement in the sky. And we have a lot of digital connectivity. We have digital systems coming into place. We have a lot of technology which we are trying to use in our airport infrastructure so that we can streamline the operations. Just by building better digital systems, we are able to efficiently use our airspace in a lot better way. We have gotten Gagan system. We have used the ISRO's space system, and we are using Airport Authority of India's technology systems. We are trying to better them. In the coming of technology today, we have all better them. We are able to efficiently use our airspace better and much more by 30%. So technology also, for people who are in infrastructure, you have to continuously innovate because world is changing today. Every day you are seeing that a new technology is coming. The way we build things, the way we design things, the way we create things. And there is a lot of progress in technology. Technology is rising at such a pace that it is very difficult for us to play catch up with it. But we have to play catch up. We have to be on top of technology. We have to be utilizing its capacity. We have to ensure that whatever challenges we are facing with today, how much can we use this technology to offer solutions? And for that reason itself, we are envisioning to create digital twins at our airports. Now, airports are more of management. These are management places where people are coming in and they want to board an aircraft. Now there is parking space, there is a security check, there is a waiting space, check-in area, then boarding space, and a lot of these areas where there is a continuous streamless movement of people. And to better the operations at the airport, if you can create a digital twin of it, if you know at what space and what area, how many people are there, what aircraft is leaving at what time, what is the weather conditions outside, how much parking space is available, what is the time being taken for the baggage to come there, is there a delay there, or is there any other security checkpoint which is not functional at any point, is there a DigiYatra system which is not functional? So if we can really map everything because of the use of technology today, then we can take real-time decisions. We can take decisions at looking at the real-time data, getting all the inputs. So we are driving our airports into creating these digital twins. So what becomes very important for all of us is how do we involve technology in our innovation process, in our operations, in our design and creative process. And that is what we are also trying to do today. And on top of that, in terms of spreading ease of doing business and speed of doing business, we are converting all our government operations into digital operations. We have DGCA, the Directorate General for Civil Aviation, where a lot of activities used to happen physically. Someone wants to get a pilot license, he has to apply with all the physical documents. Someone wants to get a license to run the plane, then he has to apply, come there physically. But we thought that this is going to create a lot of problems, and it has created also a lot of times. There have been a lot of complaints also we have got. So we thought this is not the way. Now we have technology. So we converted DGCA into EGCA, electronic DGCA. We have said all the applications, whatever you want to do, you put them online and you send it to us. We are going to see at what stage they are in, at what officer it is there, and we are going to ensure that it gets transparent and accountable way of getting it done. So these are some of the processes where you can involve in your own operations. I'm just saying you might be walking, but it's time we all have to fly. We all have to move ahead with jet speed if you want to really achieve the kind of standards our Honorable Prime Minister has said before us. You might not have the opportunity, but I'm seeing him every week, and he's like a man on a mission. He wants all the people in the country to run and to ensure that we are standing brightly on top of the world and showing not only to show that we are the boss here. We want to be the character of an elder brother where we feel if someone is lagging behind also in the world, we hold their hand and we show them that this is the way to go forward. This is what India is about. This is what Indians are about. So for that, to get that kind of confidence, it is important for us to learn from the best, to use it here, to take the lead and show to the world that what we have to contribute. So there is a lot for us all to learn. You've already started that process. And in fact, I'm very happy with the way the Build India Infra Awards are being given today. It is time we recognize some of the important leaders, important achievers in this whole space. And I wish them all the best in the very future also. It doesn't look like it's the second edition. There is a lot of energy and enthusiasm in the crowd here and the way you are engaging in this whole platform. And I wish that in the future, you also become a very core sector and a core organization in this, in achieving our Viksit Bharat 2047, which is a goal set forward in front of us. 100 years of independence. It is a huge amount of time for all of us and for a country like India, where we have to show the world that we can be a developed country. And for that, all of them who are contributing at an individual level, at an organization level, at all different levels, so that we can collectively achieve our growth story. I wish to congratulate each and everyone once again, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to present my civil aviation growth story also with all of you. And tomorrow, I'm very much sure that a lot of people in the audience today will also be very much liking to be involved in the civil aviation. And I'm open to meeting all of you. I'm open to discussing with all of you the future prospects of civil aviation. And we have also started a new program at civil aviation, which is called the SPARC, S-P-A-R-C, because it rhymes with spark, but it is actually startup promotion and research at civil aviation. So we are finding new ways where we can interact with the industry and especially the youngsters who have got this grand vision, grand dreams. We want the ministry, we want the government to be the ears, to be the platform where people can come in, the private sector can come in, and they can also drive the growth forward. So we represent collective growth. This is not only growth of the government, this is the growth of the country, where we truly believe that you play a very big role. And through this Build India Infra Awards, I think this is a great recognition that we are all getting, through which you are all being recognized. So take this as an opportunity. take this as a recognition, take this also as a responsibility that this is not the end. This is just the beginning where all of you still have a lot more to do. We are all there to support you. And my wonderful wishes to each and every one of you once again. And thank you very much for making me part of this. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir, for your intriguing keynote address. I'm sure everyone in the audience had a lot of takeaways from your speech. I would request the Honorable Minister, Mr. Dange and Mr. Sandhu, to kindly come forward to present a few prestigious awards. And the first award is from the sector Civil Aviation. Can we have the video, please?
Let me first of all express my heartfelt gratitude to Build India Foundation and primarily
We beg your pardon, ladies and gentlemen. A
The
slight technical
Aviation
glitch.
Impact Award is presented to Airport Authority of India for their remarkable achievements in addressing the growing passenger traffic at Pune, connecting 35 domestic destinations and 3 international destinations, and elevating passenger experience through inline baggage handling system, common use terminal equipment, children play area, and multiple commercial lounges. This landmark project has also been instrumental in doubling both direct and indirect employment creation.
I request the team from
The
Airport
Aviation
Authority of India
Impact
to kindly
Award
come
is
forward.
presented to Airport Authority of India
Let us all put our
for
hands
their
together
remarkable achievements in addressing the growing
for
passenger
Airport
traffic
Authority of India, the first award in the sector Civil Aviation.
inline baggage handling system.
Congratulations. Let us also have a look at the second award in the civil aviation sector. Congratulations. And let us have a look at the second award in the civil aviation sector.
GMR for their remarkable achievements in sustainability, showcasing excellence in design and implementation stage. This IGBC Platinum certified carbon neutral airport also showcases other best practices such as rainwater harvesting, aircraft noise management, solar power utilization, and so on. Their efforts have played a crucial role in transforming the sector, enhancing efficiency, and setting new benchmarks for the industry.
Team GMR Group, we request
The
you to kindly
Aviation
come up on the stage, please,
Sustainability
to
Award
receive the
is
award.
presented to
A huge
GMR
round of
for their
applause
remarkable
for
achievements in sustainability,
GMR Group
showcasing
for the
excellence
second
in
award
design
in the
and
civil
implementation
aviation
stage.
sector.
This IGBC Platinum certified carbon neutral airport also showcases other best practices such as
Congratulations.
rainwater harvesting, aircraft noise management, solar power utilization, and so on. Their efforts have played a crucial role in transforming the sector, enhancing efficiency,
Well,
and
before
setting new
announcing
benchmarks for
the second
industry.
award in the next award in the railway sector, I request all the winners, all the awardees, by the time we are playing the video, to kindly walk up to the stage. This will help us save a lot of time. Having said that, let us have a look at the award in the railway sector. Can we have the award in the railway sector?
Also showcases other Impact Award is presented to Northern Railway, KRCL, and IRCON and IRCON for their pivotal role in their national security by providing critical connectivity to a strategically sensitive region of Banihal and Kashmir Valley. Its successful execution reinforces India's infrastructure in areas of geopolitical significance. This engineering marvel includes the Jinnah Bridge, world's highest railway arc bridge with a central arc span of 467 meters at a staggering height of 359 meters from riverbed. Indian Railway's first cable-stayed bridge of 473-meter length across Anji Khan.
Congratulations to the Northern Railways, KRCL and IRCON. Well, the next award in the railway sector, can we have the winner please?
And IRCON and to the University of New South Wales,
There you
Sydney,
go.
Australia. In
The
recognition
University
their
of New South
groundbreaking
Wales, can we have you on the stage please?
This unprecedented model provides data-driven insights for policymakers,
Congratulations.
enabling optimized infrastructure investments, improved freight logistics, and a balanced regional economic strategy. This project has been recognized by the dedicated Freight Corridor Corporation of India for its contribution towards cutting-edge technology-driven nation building.
Congratulations.
The Railways Innovation Award
Congratulations
is
for their
presented to the
outstanding
University
work.
of New South Wales,
With this, we
Sydney,
have come
Australia.
to the next sector, which is sports.
Groundbreaking
Can we have the winner
advancements in
please?
innovation. The Ports Innovation Award is presented to Adani Ports and SEZ Limited in recognition of their simple yet impactful innovation,
On the stage. Congratulations.
which shall going forward facilitate in improving operational efficiency, turnaround time, and safety. By leveraging cutting-edge technology and pioneering new methods, they have enhanced efficiency, streamlined operations, and redefined industry benchmarks.
Congratulations. And let us have a look at the next winner in the ports sector.
Bharat Gateway Terminal
Next winner in the
Private
ports
Limited
sector.
for their remarkable impact on the maritime ecosystem by reduction of logistics costs through efficient yard and vessel management, increased crane productivity, and sustainable approach by transitioning to electric-powered equipment. Through these initiatives, the port has also been pivotal in reducing the traffic at the Chennai port. The Ports Impact Award is presented to Dakshin Bharat Gateway Terminal Private Limited.
There, the Ports Impact Award.
The Ports Sustainability Award is presented to Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority
We request
for their
Jawaharlal Nehru
exceptional
Ports
commitment
Authority
to
to kindly join us on the
sustainability,
stage for the Sustainability Award in the sector
demonstrating
ports.
innovative approaches to resource management, eco-friendly infrastructure, shore power implementation, renewable
Team.
energy adoption, and smart logistics system. With these green initiatives, JPNA
So with
has
this we
been
have come.
successful in increasing its carbon savings from
We'll have a look at the
10,000
video.
to 53,700 tons annually. These are
Well, congratulations to all the winners. And with this, we have come to the end of all the awards in our civil aviation, railways, and ports sector. Thank you so much to the Honorable Minister for your valuable time for gracing this occasion with your gracious presence. I would request Shri Davinder Pal Sandhuji, co-founder and chairperson, Primus Partners, to kindly come forward and present the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. Naidu, for your kind words and your motivating and very exhilarating presentation. It is my pleasurable duty to also thank the honorable jury, headed by redoubtable Shri Amitabh Kant, from whom I think most of us, at least I have been learning for the last 20 years, and it has never happened that I've met him even for 5 minutes and not walked away with at least one, but many good ideas. So thank you to our jury members headed by Mr. Kant. persevered through a number of sessions. And I mean, I can't tell you the hours that they've spent on this. So really remarkable inputs. And also, I think the way they engaged with the project teams also gave them a lot of new ideas for the future. Honorable Minister, sir, this is the second series of the awards that we are conducting, as we just mentioned. And this time I see two new elements in our awards. One is the capacity of the Indian industry and infrastructure sector to absorb capex. Earlier at the government level, we used to have a problem that we would announce a capex, but finally we would find that all kind of, whether it's capital equipment that's needed or whether it's even the number of contracting entities that are there, all the announced capex would not be used. But if I see now over the last 4 or 5 years, I see that most of the capex has started to get used and that percentage is increasing. The remarkable thing that has happened is government demonstrating its commitment to making sure that they allocate the capex is now motivating the industry into making all the investments that they need to make sure that then they're able to spend that money and make sure that infrastructure is created. So that's the first thing that I saw when I was looking at some of these awards. The second very important part is where the skilling framework of the government is coming together. I see that the way the awards are being presented, the projects are being presented, the way the work has been done, there is a quantum increase in the skills available for people working in the infrastructure sector. So I think these are two big takeaways for us. And congratulations to all of you, captains of industry, infrastructure industry, both in the public and private sectors, for reacting to the government's commitment to making sure CAPEX is available, and at the same time becoming part of the Skill India initiative in making sure that we build better infrastructure, sustainable infrastructure, and infrastructure that is easier to maintain, and therefore we are able to provide even the services out of the infrastructure at lower cost to our Indian citizens. So these are remarkable, things that the government has been doing over the last 5 to 10 years now. And I think the way you have reacted and absorbed, thank you so much for that. So it's wonderful this evening, and thank you, sir, for your mentoring and guiding and taking this forward. And therefore, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Shri Devinder Pal Sandhuji, for presenting the vote of thanks. And we are immensely grateful to the Honorable Minister for gracing this occasion with his auspicious presence and making our endeavor all the more meaningful. Let us all, with a huge round of applause, express our gratitude to the Honorable Minister. Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me immense pleasure to welcome on stage our jury chairman, Shri Amitabh Kanji, G20 Sherpa and former CEO of Niti Aayog. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. And ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming with a huge round of applause, Shri Amitabh Kanji on stage. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing the occasion. I now request Mr. Dange to kindly present flowers and felicitate the guest of honor and jury chairman, Shri Amitabh Kanji, G20 Sherpa and former CEO of Niti Aayog. And I now request Mr. Dange to kindly present a welcome note. I now request Mr. Dange to kindly present a welcome note. Now, without any further ado, let us not wait and let us invite again with a huge round of applause, I would say a thunderous round of applause, Shri Amitabh Kanji for a keynote address.
Distinguished guests, very distinguished members of the jury, Mr. Dange, ladies and gentlemen, I'm truly delighted to be here for the Build India Awards. Let me first compliment Mr. Dange for this initiative. India is today a $4 trillion economy. Last year we grew at about 8.2%. The challenge is that the vision which the Prime Minister has set for itself to be a Viksit Bharat means that we have to become a $30 trillion plus economy by 2047. This means that our GDP has to grow 9 times, our per capita income has to grow 8 times, and our manufacturing has to grow 16 times. Today we are the 5th largest economy in the world, and in another 2.5 years, we'll be the 3rd largest economy in the world, overtaking Japan and Germany. But this vision requires us to create world-class infrastructure. And world-class infrastructure in terms of creating top-class expressways, highways, the best trains, which would also imply tracks and signals, and probably, to my mind, the best metros in the world. This would require a huge amount of energy, not merely in terms of building infrastructure, but this would require a lot of homework in doing pre-project preparation. The success of any infrastructure, to my mind, is not the paucity of funds. Funds are always available. There's no shortage of funds. There's no shortage of finance. There is a shortage of well-structured, de-risked projects. And de-risking projects which can be put out into the market or well executed requires us to acquire land, take all the necessary approvals, ensure last mile connectivity, and ensure that environmental clearances, etc., are all taken and housed in that special purpose vehicle, which should then either be bid out for private sector or put out for EPC contract, so that projects can then be executed speedily. And this means that the government has to do a lot of homework in terms of project development. Now, in the last 4 years, the government has increased its capex spend from 1% of the GDP to about close to 4%, and is spending over 11 lakh crores per annum on infrastructure projects. My belief always has been that while government is good at creating infrastructure, the private sector is always better at operating and maintenance. And therefore, the government came out with the asset management scheme, the asset monetization plan, that when government creates assets, it should be able to put it out through a transparent, competitive bidding process to the private sector so that they are able to ensure that it's better operated, better maintained, and there are revenue streams already coming in through tolls, etc., and therefore there is a good revenue model to it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not merely India's decade, but India's century, and it is India's century because we are the only country in the world today which is creating close to about 8 airports plus 3 metros every year. No other country in the world today is creating 8 airports and 3 metros every year. We are the only country in the world which does about 30 kilometers of road plus about 12 kilometers of railway line every day. No other country in the world does that. We are also the only country in the world which has done 31x of solar energy in the last 8 years. No other country in the world has been able to do 31x of solar energy in the last 8 years. We are also the only country in the world, actually, which has created 40 million houses. It's built 40 million houses for its citizens. It's like making a complete Australia. That's more than the population of Australia, making a full Australia within India. We've built over 130 million toilets for our citizens and provided behavioral change, which is equivalent to making toilets for the entire population of Germany. That's more than the population of Germany. And we built close to about 253 million piped water connection for our citizens, which is more than the population of Brazil. So the size and scale of India, we do not realize, of what we have achieved in India to drive the growth. And ladies and gentlemen, but heading all this has been the huge amount of work that has been done in the sector of road, expressways and highways. We've built over the last decade over close to 88,000 kilometers of roads, expressways and highways. That's almost 4 times of the roads and expressways that existed in India before the decade. And therefore, India has demonstrated that it is capable of doing great projects with size and scale and speedily. The only challenge to my mind is that whatever we do now in India must be world class. We should not do anything second class. And this would require us to do world class planning. We should be able to work with the best project planners. We should be able to get the best project management units to monitor them and ensure that there are no time and cost overruns in these projects. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a great occasion that Build India has selected some of the finest builders of India to drive India's growth process. It will not be possible for India to grow at 8 to 9% per annum year after year, without the best companies executing the best projects. In the post-World War II period, there are very few countries in the world who've been able to grow at this rate. If India is to become a $30 trillion plus economy, means 8 to 9% growth year after year for 3 decades. Very few countries have been able to achieve it. Japan did this, Korea did this, and in recent time, China has done this. All other countries have got caught in the middle income trap. And therefore, to my mind, if India is to grow at this rate and to become a developed economy and to transform the lives of its citizens, we need many more Build India Awards so that we can do the world's best projects. I would also request Mr. Dange that this must become, as I was discussing with Sanjay right now, that this must become India's best awards. It must become the finest award, and it must have very few awards, but it must be given to the finest guys in India, and therefore it must become very, very aspirational. It must be given to those who execute the finest projects in the world, not merely in India, but have the capability to then go on. India needs not just one L&T, India needs hundreds of L&T. We have very few companies who can create the world's best infrastructure. And therefore, my vision is that take this Build India Award to another level, another league, so that these become the best Build India Awards, should be the best awards in the world on the infrastructure sector. So I take this opportunity to congratulate you and to congratulate you for having such a distinguished jury. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. All the best and wish you all glory in future.
Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time and for your motivational words. Once again, let us all put our hands together for Mr. Amitabh Kanji. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to release a paper on neighborhood parking framework approach and implementation. This pivotal research paper, jointly published by VA Foundation and Think Infra, a Build India initiative. This paper marks a significant step towards redefining urban mobility solutions in India, offering a strategic and actionable framework to address the pressing challenges of parking management. By advocating for localized, technology-driven and equity-focused interventions, this framework has the potential to influence policy decisions, reshape urban landscapes, and enhance the quality of life for millions. It is our hope that this research serves as a guiding light for policymakers, city planners, and stakeholders, paving the way for more sustainable efficient and people-centric urban environments. We have on stage Shri Mangesh Wankide of VAH Foundation. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for that pivotal research paper release. Thank you once again. And now I would request Mr. Amitabh, Kant and Mr. Dange to kindly come forward to present the awards, and let us start the award AV.
The Water Infra Impact Award is presented to MMRDA for their transformative impact by catering drinking water demand of around 30 lakh population in western sub-region of MMR for transferring and storing water using gravity means, optimized advanced reactor clarifiers for sustainable space utilization, delivering large-scale improvements that enhance connectivity, economic growth, and operational efficiency. Making use of local resources.
The winners we request you to kindly come up on the stage and receive the award.
For the sustainable operational model.
So this is the Water Infra Sector Award. This is the Impact Award and it goes to Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority.
The Water Infra Impact Award is presented
Congratulations.
to MMRDA for their transformative impact by catering drinking water demand of around 30 lakh population in western sub-region of MMR for transferring and storing water using gravity means, optimized advanced reactor clarifiers for sustainable space utilization. The Water Infra Innovation Award is
Congratulations to the winner.
Medha Servo Drives Private Limited.
The next award is Water Infra Innovation. I request the winners to kindly join us on the stage, please.
That conserves water, thus enhancing services.
A huge round of applause.
The automation of NLBC has envisaged
for the winners
to improve water efficiency within the network by up to
in the water infra sector.
An equitable service to farmers. This project covering an expansive area of 2,000 kilometers of canal, stretching 4 lakh hectares, is testament to our nation's commitment for a prosperous future.
Medha Servo Drives Private Limited Water Infra Innovation Award.
The Water Infra Innovation Award is presented to
Water Infra Innovation
the
Award.
Water Infra Sustainability Award.
Congratulations to the winners.
Vishwaraj Environment Private Limited for their exemplary
Water Infra
contribution
Sustainability
towards
Award.
India's largest reuse
I
project
request the
on
winners to
PPP
kindly
model.
join us on the stage, please,
With 100% private investment
Congratulations
and earning revenue from the sale
for
of
that
its
achievement
tertiary
and
treated water.
outstanding work.
The 200 MLD Bhandewari STP became a self-sustainable asset to the Nagpur Municipal Corporation. This has played a crucial role in making this project viable and impactful, setting a new standard for sustainable water management in the industry. The Water Infra Sustainability Award is presented to Vishwaraj
Next is Water
Environment
Infra
Private Limited
Sustainability Award
for their
goes to
exemplary
Vishwaraj.
contribution
We
towards
request the team to
India's
kindly
largest.
join us on the stage, please.
The Special Jury Award Technology
Water Infra
is presented to
Sustainability
Scaling
Award.
Live Protect Private Limited for their successful
Request the
installation
winners
and
to please
operation
join
of
us
a
on the
50
stage.
KLD Aquatron plant for Lishit water recovery from 20-acre landfill site located within city limits, providing relief from environmental contamination and spread of diseases. This innovative technology processes leachate produced from municipal solid waste for water
A
and
huge
resource
round of applause,
recovery.
ladies and
Build
gentlemen,
India Infra
for
Awards
Water
takes pride
Infra
in
Sustainability
recognizing such
Award
emerging, innovative
winner.
technologies in it. The Special Jury Award is presented to Larsen
and Water
Tubro
Infra
Limited
Special Jury Award goes to
for their
Larsen and
exceptional
Tubro
work in
Limited. Team,
creating
can we
the
have you
first
on the stage, please?
centralized STP sludge
The
treatment
Special
facility
Jury
in
Award
India.
in Water Infra
Producing
sector.
Class A
Larsen
sludge
and
as per
Tubro, can we
US
have you on the
EPA
stage, please?
suitable to be used as biofertilizers. This project has set a benchmark for STP projects in the country by preventing water pollution,
Congratulations for that Special
bringing
Jury
in water
Award.
circularity.
Team Larsen and Tubro,
The
we
Special
request you to
Jury
kindly
Award
join us
is
on the stage.
presented to SPML Infra Limited for achieving water loss reduction in their project across 43 district metered areas, DMAs in Bengaluru, reducing loss from 52.78% to 18.82%, saving 51.12 million liters of clean drinking water daily, which now helps supply 110 newly developed and extended colonies in the city, Bengaluru metropolitan water supply, and sewerage
Special
board
jury
also
award
saved
in water
726
infrastructure
million
goes
rupees
to
annually,
L&T.
recovering project costs in just 2 years. We are honored to bring such landmark sustainable projects to the forefront through this platform.
Next is Special Infra
The
Jury
Special
Award
Jury
goes
Award
to
is
SPML
presented to
Infra Limited.
SPML
SPML Infra
Infra
Limited
for achieving
Special
water
Jury
loss
Award in
reduction
water
their
infra
project
sector.
across 43 district metered areas, DMEs,
Congratulations
in Bengaluru, reducing loss from
to all the winners.
52.78% to 18.82%, saving 51.12%.
We request our jury member, Mr. UP Singh, former Secretary, Ministry of Jal Shakti, to kindly join us on the stage and present these prestigious awards to the winners. Mr. UP Singh, can we have you on the stage, please? Well, moving on to our next sector awards, let's have a look at the AV. And there are the awards for the next sector.
MMRDA, in recognition of its great impact on Mumbai's
Urban
urban
Transport
transit,
Impact
the
Award.
Mumbai Metro Line 2A and Line 7
we request the
stand as a
winners to
benchmark
kindly
in
join us
modern
on the stage.
infrastructure.
A
Spanning
huge round of
35.1
applause, ladies
kilometers
and
of fully
gentlemen,
elevated corridors.
for the
These train
winners.
sets for Line 2A and Metro Line 7 are designed as driverless trains for unattended train operations, UTO. The stations on these metro lines are green compliant platinum rated by IGBC. Build India takes this opportunity to appreciate MMRDA's consistent efforts in easing the urban traffic congestion in MMR.
Congratulations once again to the winners. The next award is Urban Transport.
The Urban
Impact
Transport Sustainability is presented
Award.
to Maha Metro
Maha
for their
Metro
work
team,
in
Maha Metro,
multi-layer
can we have you on the
transportation
stage,
system,
please?
three-layer structure
Urban
with metro
Transport
rail at the top,
Sustainability Award goes
highway
to Maha
flyover
Metro.
at the middle, an existing road at the ground level, resulting in considerable saving in construction time
Congratulations.
and cost due to land acquisition, demonstrating innovative approaches to resource management, eco-friendly infrastructure, and long-term environmental responsibility. It has approximately reduced 50% travel time, traffic congestion on existing highway at ground level, and improvement in urban landscape. The double-decker viaduct of 5.637 km. The Special Jury Award Innovative Technology is presented
Special
to Medulla
Jury
Soft Technologies
Innovative
Private
Award
Limited
goes to
for
Medulla
their
Soft
exemplary work
Technologies
in
Private
developing
Limited.
a pedestrian evacuation model
Medulla Soft Technologies
that
Private
can
Limited.
facilitate in detecting
Congratulations for
conflicting
the Special
hotspots,
Jury Award.
saving resources, man, machine and money, planning optimization, anticipating effects and prediction, scientific basis for decision making, improved communication, and a lot more.
Let us all put our hands together
Build India Award
for
has
these
been a platform
unparalleled
for encouraging
achievements and
such emerging
technological
and innovative
advancements which have
technology.
been made in the infrastructure
The Urban
sector.
Transport Award Innovation is presented
Urban
to
Transport
L&T
Innovation Award
in
goes
recognition
to
of India's first
Larsen and Toubro
RRTS project.
team.
Delhi
Larsen and
Ghaziabad
Toubro, can we have you on the
corridor
stage,
with the
please?
design speed of 180 kilometers per hour, operational speed of 160 kilometers per hour, thereby reducing time travel between Delhi and Meerut to approximately 1 hour. Their groundbreaking advancements in innovation. L&T has also set up India's first precast track slab factory with a highly automated manufacturing line, ensuring speedy production and precision manufacturing. It is an honor to present this award to this first-of-a-kind urban transit infrastructure. The Urban Transport Innovation is presented to Maha Metro for
Urban
constructing
Transport Innovation
underground
Award
stations
goes to Maha Metro.
at Kasba Pet and Mandi, which are one of the most densely populated urban areas of Pune.
The next award is Urban
Maha Metro
Transport
has adopted
Innovation,
controlled blasting technique,
and the
causing minimum
award goes
disturbance
to
to the
Maha
public.
Metro.
Effective land utilization by cut and cover method for entry and exit structures, service rooms, ancillary building and station facilities. It is commendable of Maha Metro to have factored in citizen welfare during the construction phase.
Congratulations to all the winners. And the next award in this sector, let us have a look.
The Urban Transport Innovation is presented
Urban
to J.
Transport
Kumar
Innovation,
Infra.
the award goes to J. Kumar
In
Infra.
recognition
Can we
of their
have
pioneering
the
innovation
team
in
J.
railway
Kumar
tunnels
Infra on the stage, please,
with tunnel
for being
permanent lining
awarded
technology
the Urban Transport Innovation Award.
using shotcrete and fireproof layers, and also featuring
This is in recognition of their
one of
pioneering
Asia's
innovation in
longest
railway
stations
tunnel
at
with
BKC.
tunnel permanent lining technology using shotcrete and fireproof layers, and also featuring one of Asia's longest stations at BKC. And moving on to our next sector, which is the Trailblazing Special Infra Awards. Let us have a look at the AV, please.
The Trailblazing Special Infra is presented to McAfee Environmental Solutions Private Limited.
Congratulations to
successful
McAfee
mitigation of
Environmental
landslide on a
Solutions
vital
Private
route to the
Limited
holy shrine
for
of
bagging the
Badrinath along
Trailblazing
NH58
Special
at
Infra
Lambagar,
Award.
Uttarakhand. The project
Can
has
we
had
have the
a
team on the
significant
on the
impact
stage,
on
please?
the safety of people and quality of the road
McAfee
leading to
Environmental
Badrinath
Solutions
Temple,
Private Limited.
reducing
Congratulations
disruptions caused by
for being the
landslides and providing
trailblazing
an improved experience for
Special
devotees.
Infra
We are thrilled to acknowledge their efforts
for getting
in
this
strengthening
award
our traditional
and being the
cultural
torch
heritage.
bearer in this sector. The next award in this sector,
The Trailblazing Special Infra is presented to NICDS for developing one
congratulations
of
to
Asia's largest state-of-the-art
NICDS for
integrated
trailblazing
exhibition cum
Infra
convention center,
Special Infra
comprising a host
for
of
bagging this
independent
award
and mutually
of being a
beneficial
trailblazer
facilities
Special
like exhibition
Infra.
halls, convention centers,
We
auditorium,
request the team to
arena,
kindly
financial center,
join us on the
hotels,
stage.
international financial complex, and lot more. It is not only equipped with world-class features, but also designed
Team
with
Yashobhumi,
seamless
can we have you on the
transportation.
stage, please?
The Trailblazing Special
Someone from the
Infra
team,
is
on
presented
behalf
to
of
Afcons
Yashobhumi, can we have you on the
Infrastructure
stage,
Limited
please?
for their extraordinary work in building the world's highest single-arch
Someone on
railway
behalf
bridge.
of
The special
Yashobhumi.
jury award, Bharat Beyond Borders, is presented to Larsen
All
and
right.
Toubro for their outstanding achievements from
With
the
this,
designing
we'll
to the
move
commissioning for the Mauritius
the next
Metro
award in
Express
this sector.
project, which spanned
Oh,
over
we have
26 kilometers. Funded by the government of India,
winners
the
are there.
Mauritius Metro has been built to world-class standards, employing cutting-edge construction methods
Let us all put our
and
hands together
state-of-the-art systems.
for
This prestigious project
Trailblazing
brings in the best of
Special
urban
Infra Award,
infrastructure,
which goes to
leveraging modern teams
NICDC.
to offer a comfortable, greener, and more predictable commuting experience. The award recognizes Larsen and Toubro's unwavering commitment to excellence, innovation, raising the bar for urban mobility beyond Bharat's borders.
Congratulations, NICDC. The Trailblazing Special Infra is presented to NICDC for developing one of the Asia's largest state-of-the-art integrated exhibition cum convention center, comprising a host of independent and mutually beneficial facilities like exhibition halls, convention centers, auditoria, arena, financial center, hotels, international financial company, and others.
Beyond Bharat's borders, the Trailblazing Special Infra is presented to APCO, Sri Amarnath Ji Tunnelway Private Limited, for their remarkable feat of engineering, ensuring all-weather connectivity between Sonmarg and Kangan in Kashmir's Ganderbal district. Built on a PPP model, it is one
Winners,
of the
can
most
we have you on the
significant
stage,
private
please?
investments in the region, addressing both strategic and economic needs. Despite extreme temperatures and a terrorist attack that claimed 7 lives, the project team worked relentlessly to complete this vital infrastructure, dedicated to the nation by the Honorable Prime Minister on January 13, 2025.
APCO Sri
The tunnel
Amarnath Ji
stands as a
Tunnel
symbol
Way
of
Private
resilience,
Limited gets
innovation,
the
and
Trailblazer
progress.
Special Infra Award. Moving on to the next award in this
The
sector.
Trailblazing Special Infra is presented to Larsen and Toubro Limited for their landmark infrastructure.
Team
with many
Larsen and
first of its
Toubro,
kind
can we have you
features.
on the stage, please?
like orthotropic steel deck, high-performance concrete conforming to chloride migration coefficient, designing the temporary access bridge to accommodate the requirements of fishermen community, achieving global benchmarks in cycle times of segment casting, marine piling, and so on. In addition to the innovation in construction, the impact the project has created by decongesting MMR traffic, L&T has also managed to maintain the balance in eco-sensitive flamingo zone.
Congratulations to all the winners. Can we have all the winners on the stage, please, for a group picture? And the jury members from the respective sectors, can we have you on the stage, please? The deserving winners. We are grateful to all of you for helping us identify the right winners and all the awardees. All the awardees, can we have you on the stage, please? The awardees for water infra, urban transport, trailblazing infra. Vaibhavji, can we call aviation, railways? Awardees, can we have you on the stage, please? We request you all to kindly hurry up for this group picture. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and congratulations to all the winners. Our heartfelt gratitude to Shri Amitabh Kanji for sparing his precious time and being a part of our endeavor this evening. Let us all extend our heartfelt gratitude to Shri Amitabh Kanji by putting our hands together for one and only the G20 Sherpa of India. And now I would request Mr. Dange to kindly present the vote of thanks.
I know we have few more sectors left to be given, to be awarded, and because few sectors have been completed, other sectors are getting anxious. So we'll obviously quickly move on to the new sectors. But thank you, sir, Mr. Amitabh Kant, for advising us, chairing the jury, and giving his vision. And we want to assure you, sir, as you said in your speech, we will make Build India the most sought after award in India. Not only in India, probably in Asia. So we will definitely work towards the vision which you have given. We will make this a sought after award in India. Thank you very much for taking time out and coming. Before we move on to the new session, I want to acknowledge the presence of very senior other members in the audience. We have General Manoj Pandey, retired Chief of Army Staff. We have Lieutenant General Harpal Singh, retired ENC, Chief of Engineering and DG BRO, former DG BRO. We have Mr. Shiv Khera. Everybody recognizes him, one of the probably tallest management guru and the best-selling author. We have Mr. Dheeraj Gupta. So we have so many luminaries sitting here. I can't take everybody's name, but please do understand that we want to appreciate everybody who is here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. With this, we will move on to our first panel discussion, which is on the topic, India's water and power sector transformation fueled by technology and sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, Esteemed panelists and honorable guests, it is my pleasure to introduce this pertinent topic for this panel discussion, which is crucial to India's future growth and development. As we all know, water and reliable power sources are essential for driving the economic growth of the country. However, India's water and power sectors face numerous challenges, including scarcity, inefficiency, and sustainable practices, which are time and again being put as a challenge. Today, we will explore how technology and sustainability can fuel the transformation of India's water and power sectors. Our panel discussion will delve into the innovative solutions, cutting-edge technologies, and sustainable practices that are revolutionizing this critical sector. Our esteemed panelists will share their expertise and insights on the topic. They will discuss the challenges and opportunities in implementing these solutions and explore the policy and regulatory frameworks that are needed for this extensive transformation. This session will be moderated by Shri Rituraj Barua, Special Correspondent, Mint. And it brings me immense pleasure to welcome our esteemed panelists on the dais. Mr. Vishwas Pathak, Director, Maharashtra Electricity Authority. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome our eminent panelists on the dais. Shri Vishwas Pathak, a seasoned energy sector expert, serves as an additional director in Mahadiscom, Maharashtra Transco, and Mahagenco under the Maharashtra State Electricity Board Holding Company. Previously holding the same role from 2015 to 2020, he played a key role in expanding the power generation capacity and making Maharashtra load shedding free. A very warm welcome, sir. Our next guest is Dr. Rajendra Prasad Singh, former CMD, Power Grid Corporation of India Limited. Let us all with a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome Dr. Rajendra Prasad Singh on the stage. He's a renowned technocrat, esteemed administrator, and best-selling author, celebrated for his pivotal contributions to the Indian power sector. With a career spanning 50 years, he was the longest-serving chairman and managing director of Power Grid Corporation of India Limited, where he transformed the company into a profitable power giant. Our third panelist is Mr. Upendra Prasad Singh, former Secretary, Ministry of Jal Shakti. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let us all, with a huge round of applause, welcome all our panelists on the stage. Mr. U.P. Singh, a 1985 batch IAS officer from Odisha cadres, served over 37 years in public service, retiring as Secretary to the Government of India, Ministry of Textiles in 2022. He previously held the role of Secretary, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, becoming one of the longest serving secretaries from 2017 to 2022. And now, on this note, I hand over the reins of this moderation to Mr. Barua.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm honored to moderate this esteemed panel in front of an august audience, including all major stakeholders in the business and policymakers. So it's a key topic that we are talking on today about the role of technology in this transformation in power and the water space as we move towards a sustainable environment. So my first question would be to Mr. Pathak. If you can help with a microphone here. So as you are a major board member in a DISCOM, so this power sector, largely in DISCOM space, we have seen a major focus on technology, with RDSs coming in, smart meters being there. Could you share with us your experience in terms of what technology has done to this power sector, mostly DISCOMs, starting with AT&C losses and other sectors? So I'm sharing my mind.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Amitabh Kant has very categorically mentioned that by 2047, India is going to be a developed economy, and around 13 trillion would be the GDP of India. To achieve that, all the resources which are being utilized now would be required manifold. And therefore, we may be amazed whether we can be able to achieve that. I just want to mention that in 2014, our GDP size was only 16 lakhs crore. Today, it is 50 lakh crores. Our budget size was 16 lakhs crore. Today, it is 50 lakhs crore. GDP size was 2 trillion US dollars. Today, it is 4 trillion US dollars. It means we have already demonstrated that. And to achieve that, power is the most important. Today, Indian power sector is facing various challenges. Number one, we have to achieve more and more power generation. Today, our peak demand of India is in the range of 250,000 megawatt. And in 2014, we were power deficit. Today, we are power surplus. If I talk about Maharashtra, specific question is posed to me. Maharashtra's power requirement was 17,000 megawatt in 2014. Today, it is 30,000 megawatt. From 30,000 megawatt, we have already poised to generate power to the extent of 50,000 megawatt. And while doing that, Maharashtra is also poised to achieve a trillion economy. Therefore, our power has to be affordable. Our losses has to be minimum. Earlier, our losses used to be 21%. It has now come down to 16%. So various things are happening. I think power is going to be a key role, playing key role in the overall development of the Indian economy.
So, Mr. R.P. Singh, you have played a major role in terms of the transmission sector transformation. You have been the longest serving CMD at Power Grid. So, could you share your experience about how this transformation has taken place? And you're also serving as the advisor to the LG in Jammu and Kashmir. There, it's a major concern. It's a border state. There are concerns about cybersecurity also. Also, please share your views in terms of the risk that cyber threats pose to our transmission network, and what are we doing on that front?
Actually, I was discussing with Mr. Bhatia. We have worked for a long time. My background is that I joined NTPC when it was in a formative stage. When it was in a formative stage, I joined NTPC. So I played a very significant role in raising NTPC. And then when Power Grid was formed, I shifted to that place. Now, the story of Power Grid is that we were built on a donation basis. Donation in the sense manpower donation, not money. And the company was created. There was no place to say no money, nothing there. So what Mr. Kant said, I'll pick up from there, that there is no dearth of money in this country. And I strongly believed it, that there is no dearth of money in this country. You know where Power Grid stands today and where NTPC stands today. The problem of, I'll go with the problem and solutions of the power sector as a whole. Because having worked in Kashmir and then private companies after I left to government, in fact I resigned, still 1 year was left after 12 years of being chairman. I thought I'll see the private sector, how it is performing. So friends, in power sector, the problem are many, but solutions are also many. If we want to perform, we can perform. In generation, major problem is of pollution. And we are adding 50 billion tons of carbon, CO2 and other methane, etc. in the sky. If we add at this level, you know, in next, by 2100, the temperature of the world will go up by 4.5 degrees centigrade. If we control it, what we are doing today at that level, in that case, it will go up by 2.5%. And if we minimize coal plants and all that, fossil fuels, in that case, it will go up by 1.5%. So the impact of, temperature rise because of power generation using more of fossil fuel, because still 75% of generation is coming from fossil fuel. The rest is coming from hydro and non-conventional energy resources. Now the problem with the transmission system, what we addressed was, when power grid was formed, it was utter important to have a national grid. It was a Herculean task. There was no money. Organization was in a formative stage, and decisions were to be taken, and projects were to be implemented. Despite all the hurdles, we created national grid. It is functioning. It is functioning very well. And I'm happy to share with you that other than India, no other country in the world has a national grid. No other country, including China. China has two grids. One is southern grid, the other is northern grid. And there are reasons why they have. But we, because of distributed resources of energy, we had to create a national grid. It has served its purpose. We modernize our national load dispatch center, regional load dispatch center, state load dispatch center, going right up to the consumer's level. So we have all the information in the load dispatch center, what is needed to run the power sector. Despite increase of solar and wind, which is very variable in nature, we are able to run the transmission system without disruption. This credit goes to us. Even country like USA is fighting with as to how to integrate the grid and how to integrate the non-conventional energy resources. Now for cyber attack and all that, you asked that question, we have taken ample, precautions in setting up our transmission system, and more so on information system. We don't depend on information system for time of every moment. We get the information on own communication system. So we have an optical fiber of communication system dedicated to only power. So there is no reason why there will be cyber attacks and all that, and there are other digital things and all that. And in fact, let me share with you, it gives me immense pleasure when I know that we are the only one who has the national grid, and it is functioning well. But the solution for tomorrow for India, and with more and more of non-conventional energy, we have to go for age-old our system of power generation and transmission and distribution way before 1948. It was a distributed generation, distributed transmission, distribution system. We have to go back and get those things connected with the national, regional, and state grid. I'm glad that some of the states like Maharashtra and other states are trying to embark upon that system. And to conclude, the major problem has been in the power sector, distribution sector, where we have not taken any forward step. In fact, we go one step forward, go two step backward, and realization of dues are very, very important. The solution, in my opinion, is my personal opinion. Somebody may agree, may not agree, but there is a necessity that we go for radical inclusion of the people who are consuming power, meaning thereby, by setting up mini and micro grids, we can set up small distribution, transmission, and generation sectors where every consumer is a partner in protecting, establishing, running, and protecting that system. Therefore, radical inclusion is must, and this can be done on the pattern of the way our cooperative systems are working in milk and other areas. So therefore, my humble advice, as I said, from this forum, that we have to decentralize the power sector, connect with the integrated system, and have a radical inclusion. Unless you have a radical inclusion, and my advice to all learned friends is here, that please read the book written by Dempsey, General Dempsey of USA, how important it is to radically include your people who are even at the lowest level. And the other great example, having read that book, I looked at Indian history and I found that Bappa Rawal and Maharana Pratap, if you look at the Udaipur history, look at the monogram, the king is on the left side and hills are on the right side. So that is the importance and that is what is needed for the power sector.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. So the next question is on water. That's a key sector which we at Mint has been covering along with power in the sustainable space. So, UP Singh, sir, I would like to know, you have spearheaded the Jal Shakti Ministry as secretary when both Clean Ganga and Jal Jeevan mission were at the formative stages. How has technology played a role there, and how successful have we been on both these fronts, on Jal Jeevan and Clean Ganga?
A very good evening to all of you. Whenever somebody talks of water, the first thing people talk of scarcity of water, water stress, per capita water availability going down. But then I ask the question, what is the average rainfall in India? I don't know how many of the people sitting here you know, but average rainfall in India is more than 1,000 millimeter. And average rainfall in a country like, let's say Israel. Today Israel may be there for wrong reasons, we know, but if you talk of Israel's rainfall, it is less than 500 millimeter. So how is that Israel? Nobody talks of water scarcity. And in India, every day we talk of water scarcity. And the only reason is not the availability of water. It is basically the management of water and use of the technology. Unfortunately, in India, our water management is very poor. Our water, see, 90% of water, I don't know people know, but 90% of water goes into agriculture sector. And the water use efficiency in agriculture sector is something like 35 to 40%. That means basically we basically use 2.5 to 3 times more water than actually needed. The field do not require water. It is the plants that require water. We don't water plants. We water field actually, because we don't use the technology the way you should. For example, today, let's say a drip irrigation or a sprinkler irrigation is not something which is a new technology actually. In fact, a country like Israel has done so well. It's not only that. In fact, I would tell you that water sector is one sector perhaps where there has been least innovation and least in some way use of technology. Unfortunately, today, in fact, an award has been given to a Narayanpur left bank canal, and primarily because of use of technology, in the sense that how much water should be released from a dam. It should be kind of auto controlled actually. How much water actually the field needs, how much the crop needs. So that also should be auto controlled actually. Unfortunately, not only innovation in terms of technology, but even financial innovation has been lacking as far as the water is concerned, because everybody thinks that water is something which is God gifts to us. It doesn't have it's not treated as an economic good actually. I'll just tell you a small example. I remember in 2016, when I had joined as a Director General National Mission for Clean Ganga, when it was constituted an authority, I was the first DG. And then to my horror, I find that virtually none of the sewage treatment plants in Uttar Pradesh, because maximum stretch of Ganga lies in Uttar Pradesh actually, and I found that none of the sewage treatment plants are functioning actually, because unfortunately in this country, there is a construction means development. I'm someone who is not too fond of construction actually. And that too, we pay for construction. We do not pay for performance. Now you constructed, you went away. So we brought in something both for technology and financial innovation, something called hybrid annuity mode. Under hybrid annuity mode, we said that anybody who will set up a sewage treatment plant, we will pay him only 40% of the amount, capex. Of course, we also put in 15 years of operation and maintenance, because in India, we build something, we don't operate and maintain, it goes into disuse, then again we rebuild actually. So we put in 15 years of operation and maintenance as a part of the project cost. And then we say, okay, capex 40% we will give you, 60% you will have to bring in, and we will pay you that 60% in over 15 years, because you are not only construct and go away. You will be bound to the project for 15 years. We'll pay you every year in quarterly installment, some kind of a EMI, which will not only mean that 60% interest on that also over a period of time, provided the plant kind of plant works the way for the parameters it has been designed. Because every sewage treatment plant, for example, has something input characteristic and output characteristic. Unless you meet that, you will not be paid actually. And then he started doing all kinds of things. He started economizing on the project. He started bringing the a better technology also, because he knows that if he builds a bad kind of a project, then he will have to spend more and more on operation and maintenance, and it is his job to operate and maintain over a period of next 15 years. So I'm just giving an example that unfortunately, primarily because we do not treat water as an economic good, and so we haven't been very concerned about the efficient use of water and using technology. For example, again, same example I'll tell you. When we wanted to know how much sewage is getting treated every day, we couldn't know. People said, okay, so much sewage gets generated. That is easier to estimate because you have certain norms that in a city where water supply is there, you per capita 135 liter per capita per day is supposed to be consumption. Based on that, 80% of that goes into sewage. So you know how much sewage gets generated. Now next comes, somebody said, okay, so much capacity has been created. Everybody talks of so much is the capacity required, so much capacity has been created, but what is the capacity utilized? Nobody talks. How much the study sewage was kind of treated? Nobody talks. And these days it's very easy. The kind of technology you have, we can get that real-time data on utilization of the sewage treatment plants by use of technology. So unfortunately, I would say that the kind of technology use and the kind of innovation, even financing innovation, I told you, today we gave a prize to a project from Maharashtra, where a company purchases sewage treatment plants from the municipal corporation, secondary treated water from a municipal corporation, buys it, then does a tertiary treatment, and then supply to Mahagenco and other power plants, and earns money out of that. So not only they recovered the money which they had spent on building the infrastructure in terms of tertiary treatment and pipeline to the power plant, but part of that money has gone back to municipal corporation as well. So this is something where government doesn't have to spend, the private party invest, and then he recovered also. So there are examples. It is not that there are not examples. Another project which we had chosen for the award, is basically making a very good use of recycling of water, as well as a power generation from the gas which gets generated from a sewage treatment plant, as well as sludge management. So I think there is a need for a larger use of technology as far as the water sector is concerned. If that happens, then there is no need. All we are predicting a doomsday for water. Somebody says that in 2022, Niti Ayog brought out, I was a part of it, even though I didn't agree completely with that report, but they said in 2021, some 22 cities are going to run out of groundwater actually. That hasn't happened, that will not happen, because water is something which is a renewable resource actually. We get 1,000 millimeter plus of rainfall every year. The rainfall pattern might have changed over the year, but the total quantum hasn't changed. So if we do proper supply side management, demand side management, use of technology, then there is no reason why we should face the kind of a situation which is being predicted. Thank you.
So we're already running out of time. So one last question I put to you, sir. Any suggestion for the Delhi government, the newly elected government, for cleaning the Yamuna?
Okay, a problem is that unless you understand a problem, you can't solve the problem. Problem is the diagnose. If you don't diagnose a problem, you won't be able to treat the problem. Unfortunately, everybody who talks of Yamuna I always tell that the cleaning of Ganga, Yamuna, rejuvenation of Ganga, Yamuna is like a story of 7 blind men and the elephant. Everybody touches a part of the elephant and he says elephant like is this. Everybody talks of Nala, everybody talks of STP, everybody talks of ETP, everybody talks of solid waste management. Nobody talks of bringing water back to Yamuna in Delhi stretch. River is one which flows. Something which doesn't flow is not a river. So for 8 months in Delhi, below Wazirabad barrage, there is no water. So whatever flows would be a treated water. So unless you increase the flow, and it can be done, perhaps we don't have a time here, but unless you bring the water back to the river, the Yamuna will remain like this.
Sure, sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks.
Thank you so much to our esteemed panelists for putting across some valuable points and sharing their insights with all of us. Let us all once again put our hands together for our panelists. Can we put our hands together for our panelists? Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have an important video message from Shri Sarbananda Sonowal, Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Let us listen in to the message.
Let me first of all express my heartfelt gratitude to Build India Foundation and Primus Partners for inviting me for the prestigious Build India Infra Award 2025. Much as I would have loved to be a part of this event, I regret that due to other unavoidable engagement in Guwahati, I am unable to make it in person. A strong infrastructure network is of paramount importance for our nation, since it is crucial for achieving economic growth, improving quality of life, and boosting the country's global competitiveness. India requires significant investment in areas like roads, railways, aviation, ports, urban transport, water transport, and other infrastructure to attain its potential as a $7 trillion plus economy by 2030. Over the last decade, India has embarked on an ambitious journey of infrastructure development to reinvigorate the country, to foster economic growth and development. This year's Union budget has earmarked rupees 11.21 lakhs crore towards capital expenditure. This continues to mark an over 5 times increase in annual capex allocation as compared to the meager rupees 2 lakhs crore allocation in 2014. Our government, under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, has embarked on an ambitious journey to revolutionize the country's infrastructure landscape, aiming to bolster economic growth, enhance connectivity, and improve the quality of life of its citizens. From the development of highways, railways, ports, and airports to the promotion of waterways and ropeway system, these efforts are aimed at fostering inclusive and sustainable development across the nation. India has achieved significant milestone in infrastructure development with the construction of world's longest highway tunnel, the Atal Tunnel, and world's highest railway bridge, the Sena Bridge. The architectural excellence of the Atal Setu in Mumbai, Bogeyville Bridge over River Brahmaputra, Jaiswal Bridge and Dhola Sodia Bridge in the northeast are landmark projects dotting the infrastructure landscape in New India. The rupees 76,000 crores mega project port at Badavan and the rupees 44,000 crores international container transshipment terminal at Galathiar Bay would propel India to regain global maritime supremacy very soon. Sagarmala program, which project worth over rupees 5.4 lakhs crore, have already transformed the port waterways, and coastal infrastructure landscape, creating huge avenues for economic development. And these successes have been achieved by leaders in infrastructure development who are contributing admirably towards the objective of Develop India. Build India Infra Awards 2025 is a noble endeavor for recognizing and rewarding those who are building a strong and resilient India. My heartiest congratulations and best wishes to all the eminent recipients of these prestigious awards for their innovation and excellence across various sectors. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for that powerful message. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, we are reminded of the vision of our nation's leaders to create a Viksit Bharat, a developed India by 2047. We strive towards achieving this vision, and it is clear that infrastructure development plays a pivotal role in it. A robust and well-developed infrastructure is the backbone of any economy, enabling the efficient movement of goods, services, and people. Today, we will explore the critical role that infrastructure plays in driving economic growth and acceleration. Our topic, Towards Viksit Bharat by 2047, infrastructure as an enabler towards economic acceleration, will delve into various aspects of infrastructure development, including sustainable infrastructure, transportation systems, energy infrastructure, and much more. It brings me immense pleasure to invite our eminent panelists for this panel discussion. I would invite Shri Prakash Gaur, CEO, NHIML, on the stage. Let us all, with a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, let us all put our hands together for our distinguished panelists who are joining us and helping us explore and decode this very important topic. Mr. Senthil Kumar, CEO, Dakshin Bharat Gateway Terminal Private Limited. Mr. Senthil Kumar, CEO, Dakshin Bharat Gateway Terminal Private Limited. Let us all welcome Mr. Kumar on the stage, please. Can we put our hands together for our eminent members, for eminent panelists? And Ms. Ekta Ghosh, CDO, Adani Airports Holding Limited. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for gracing the occasion. And this panel discussion will be moderated by Mr. Utpal Bhaskar, Assistant Managing Editor, Mint. I request you to kindly join us on the stage.
Thank you. Thanks. I know this hall, it will be, given that while this was quite a packed hall a minute back, but this is what happens when the bar is open. So anyway, not that I'm going to be between you and your drinks. This is not that we have much time for this. There is only 20 minutes for this panel. There could not have been a better panel than this. We have people who are practitioners of what has been talked about here. They have been running successful businesses in some of the sectors, which are absolutely one of these sectors that the government has been talking about. There have been some early successes. There have also been some pain points as well. Without taking much time, I would like to ask you this question, Ekta. Given that airports is something that obviously there's an aspirational quotient attached to it as well. Also, Mint as a publication has been tracking this space. We have seen, we have mapped this trajectory as well. While there is this huge demand as well, but and also the finance minister's speech, where she speaks about those more airports coming into the country, not only in the, we are not talking about all the metros, also the tier 1, tier 2. What has been, as an organization, your experience, and what are the pain points you're looking at it at this point of time? I think there is, yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me here. It's a great question, actually, because today when we talk about how we are gearing up for the real breakthrough in the aviation sector, and especially civil aviation, as when earlier in the evening our Honorable Civil Aviation Minister spoke about that how India, and not just India, Southeast Asia is standing at a cusp of turning a chapter when it comes to Indian aviation. So where we are talking about all the new airlines that are coming in, how the new aircraft are being procured, it also is really prudent on us to make sure that the capacity is met by the infrastructure advancement. So we are able to cater to the sector that is expected to go. Today, probably when we talk about aviation, civil aviation especially, um, worldwide, it's probably just 8th person is an Indian who travels. But going forward, how we see it happening is probably an Indian will be taking it twice over by the time we come to Viksit Bharat 2047. And with that, not just the private airports, but also the government infrastructure, everybody is working towards building the capacity that is able to address the needs. Not just making sure the current metro, tier 1, tier 2 airports are gearing up and adding more capacity. Shri Naidu spoke about Navi Mumbai airport coming up, Jewar airport coming up, but also the tier 2 and tier 3, which are really going to be the last mile connectivity, are going to be very important.
Sorry to interrupt your chain of thought. While obviously these are the airports and you are a significant player in that space, what about the affordability also for flying? Because almost, in fact, if my memory serves me right, there is a plan now to have this dual kind of user charges for people who fly. And also the user charges have been going up. So there is also this perennial gripe about what is ERA doing. Your views on that?
So dual charges, yes, the charges are going up, but if you look at the economies of scale, if you look at how the infrastructure is now getting ready to address double its capacity, the charges definitely start to come down, right? Because if the similar capacity, if you're starting to able to address more than double the air traffic movement per day, you obviously are looking at a UDF charges coming down low. Having said that, it is not just about making sure that we continue to double the capacity, as the challenge you said, because till an asset starts to sweat, till it really starts to make money in the current set of infrastructure, it really does not become a point of return for all the money that is being spent. So there are two-pronged approach that the airports are taking towards this challenge. One is obviously to continue to increase and meet the capacity demands by adding more terminals, creating more runways, that goes without saying. But at the same time, how we can put technology to good use and make sure that the current capacity itself is utilized better.
Sure.
How with the same runways, how with the same terminals, how we are able to turn around the aircraft much faster. And here there is a lot of play of technology that is being looked at by all airports, not just in India, but everywhere.
Absolutely. I would like to get Prakash into this conversation. Now, there's this one of these, there's always been this debate about air versus road. Also, given that the air charges are something, in fact, the logistics cost in this country is something which has been also one of the other perennial gripe. It's around, we have been trying to bring it down. We have been talking about at least to bring it down to single digits. What is the road ahead according to you? Because I know it's easier said than done, but what has been your experience in that?
Thank you. Good evening, all. See, when we talk about the Viksit Bharat, when we talk about $30 billion economy, it's only possible when you become competitive in the world. And you can only be competitive in the world when you're cost competitive. You can be innovative in the product, you can control the beyond a point, raw material cost, beyond a point you can reduce this thing is, we have a demographic dividend, so our labor cost is more effective. But the major point comes is, what about the logistic infrastructure itself? As you can see in the last 10 years, we have improvised a lot in logistic infrastructure. World Bank, which prescribed the logistic performance index, and they say that we have come down from 54 to from 39, this thing is. But the more important, what you see, the indexing which they say, Singapore is like number 1, Germany is number 2, and so on and so forth. The indexing is what, 4.3? R is 3.2 or 3.4 something. It looks one is very smaller numbers. I'm just coming to the cost part.
Yeah, but at a base.
So the important is the movement you have to do, and these are defined on the 4 or 5 parameters. We have infrastructure, we have a custom clearance. It's really soft and harder part in this. You have to very simple term. But if you take the one index, if if you want to be number one, we are targeting 25 these days and then become top 10 in the world. But the more important is if you're able to bring this index 4.3.3 to 4.3, you will be able to generate 25 to 30% additional economy by doing this. So if theoretical, I have to say by stroke of a pen, if I can do imaginary, you are generating $1 trillion economy just by doing that. Just by doing that. How is it possible when you're saying is possible by creating infrastructure, what we are doing is in highway sector is very much visible. Last 10 years, if you go around the country, you see the kind of highway infrastructure. And that is not just creating infrastructure. You can see the visibility of your travel time.
In fact, I've got a question there. So while our highways, national highways, which is around 146,000 odd kilometers, they contribute towards around 2% of the overall highway network in the country. They carry 40% of the freight. Now, 40% of the
70% of the trade.
I'm quoting economic survey which just came out. So in recent economic survey, my question being then is, and there has been this, and this is something which is at least since we have been seeing governments who have been talking about it. At least the government today talks about there should be. It cannot be in isolation. It cannot be you're building up an airport in isolation. You're building up a rail network in isolation. You're building up a road network in isolation. There has to be some kind of a synergies there. Therein you mentioned about the speed of it as well. What has been the experience, particularly yours? How has significantly the time improved? A, B, also how has it been able for you to turn around your fleet, also where your manage your inventory better?
So there are two parts. In fact, before I get into this part, is what is more important is when you take a logistics, because I want to complete for the logistics part you're discussing this. So logistics is not just about creating a highways and creating a railways thing is, because if you break down the logistics cost, transport is a major component. It's almost half the cost comes to 40 to 50% comes from the transportation, then you have warehousing, then you have inventories and so on and so forth. So what is more important, which in fact I'm sure of must be aware of the word called PM Gati Shakti.
Yeah, Gati Shakti.
So PM Gati Shakti has helped us in building this asset management and creating this asset, and this helps from the planning till commissioning. And what is more important in planning, this is not just planning, okay, I have to build a highway from A point to B point, and I go to the PM Gati Shakti portal and get all data, but more important is 16 line ministries sit together and our partner states sit together. We see, okay, I am building a highways and you're building the railways and he's building the airports, and I as coming on NHL build a logistic infrastructure. So it at the end of the day, for whom you are building is for economic development. So what we see is where the economic development is coming is how this really going to have the economic development. What will my last mile connectivity will happen? This thing is that entire the system helps. So it is not just a technology-enabled platform. It is also interaction places where the online ministries come. Where earlier were the days when you work in isolation, silos, work together and then deliver. So our delivery has become much faster. What was used to be.
And not only for India. In fact, my colleague Subhash wrote a story about how we are planning to open up PM Gati Shakti to also the countries around us.
That discussion is going on, yes, the government level. But you see the way in last 3 years, what we see is when it enabled, planning infrastructure was a bit challenging for us. Not just isolation planning is, because now railway knows what the highway is doing, but highway knows what the railway is doing. Thing is, if I just do these two transportation thing is, and so on for port connectivity. Last mile connectivity was always left out in the port. So you have an evacuation challenge in last 5-10 kilometers in the port.
Right.
Getting a big port connectivity program. It all boils down to increasing the logistic efficiency. Because at the end of the day, your cargo has to move much faster. You want to know where your cargo is, how faster it can be reached, with the more efficient level it can be. That becomes the cost competitiveness.
So in your experience, how better has it become efficiency wise? If you want to rate it, of course, I'm not saying that we are a 9 out of 10 at this point of time, but how do you rate us there?
So I don't think I need to rate it that the global agencies are rating us. That's why it says LPI index is reflecting in that we have come down from 54 to 39 and we're looking at 30. Not only this, our indexing is also improving. This thing is more important. You can see the way the trade growth is happening, that is reflecting this thing is. And then now we are looking at this, how the larger fleet of road cargos, road transportation can come.
Right. In fact, I would like this conversation to be much in a longer format, but since we don't have the time much, Senthil, your views on this. We have heard about PM Gati Shakti. We have talked about how our ranking is improving, how this is absolute. Obviously, this has a multiplier effect. Freight has a very important role to play. Also, the cost, as a competitiveness of it as well. So, where do you see are the problem areas? Because we have heard a lot of rara stuff which has been talked about. What are the problem areas according to you?
Good evening to one and all. Before again answering to your question, let me give a small background scenario of what happened in 2024 in the port sector. So pan-India ports, I think there are 13 major ports and more than 200 minor ports operating out of India. Out of that, there is something around 1,500 million metric ton has been handled. And if you take the ratio of between major and minor ports has done something around 720 million metric tons, whereas major ports has done 800 something million metric tons. So it's a very, very thin margin. There is a competition. So that is a scenario. And then since I belong to, if you take the cargo mix, container, the most valued cargo handle is basically coal, 26%, containers occupying 21%, and the third one is crude oil, and then fertilizers and other LPG, they are all occupying only 2%. This is a cargo mix of pan-Indian ports, including both major and minor ports. Now coming back to one more scenario, see, it is just to give a thought process of people can get into an idea of what's happening. Now, if you take the containerized cargo, last year, 24 million TEUs of containers has been handled among entire Indian terminals, out of which 72% has been contributed by Western ports like Mundra as well as JNPT. Whereas southern part of India is contributing around 21%, whereas Eastern ports is contributed just only a 6%. So now you can see the difference. So there is a complete, this thing, I would say not discrimination. There is a, the movement is happening at predominantly centered around one area, so which can be spread around, right? So
are you saying western part? Is that
the western part? It's
Yeah.
like northwest, you can say,
Right.
Mundra and JNPT.
Right.
They are 72%. So now, if I take the kind of plans initiated by the present government under the name of Vikshit Bharat 2047, now we are very recently this transshipment terminals has been declared. One is Badavan port, which is a major port, whereas on the minor ports, Vizhinjam has come up, which has been already started functioning. Now there is a process already initiated for Tuticorin as a transshipment terminal, same way Andaman and Kalatia Bay. So that also now planned for a transshipment terminal. So that focus is there already. So we want to replace protect our Indian cargo volumes to be moved within the
because
Indian
that
terminals.
has also been one of the questions about that. The
Yeah.
large ones, they just skirt us by.
Yeah.
So we do not, and apart from everything else, there's a large ecosystem that we can be leveraged. Also going forward, given that we are talking about sustainable fuel, so lot of the sulfur which is there in the marine bunkering fuel as well, that's one of the areas that India wants to absolutely make a dent at and take a stab at. In fact, I've already been given the cue that my time has come to an end. In fact, absolutely a fascinating conversation. We could have gone on and about it for a while. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'll close this panel discussion. Of course, the capex this year has been 11.21 lakh crore, which has been announced in the budget, which accounts for 3.1% of our GDP. And given that all these parts of infra, when they work, come together, I hope, and I sincerely hope that when we talk about a Viksit Bharat by 2047, it happens, so that most of us present in this room are able to see where this country reaches and realizes its full potential. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you to all the panelists for this knowledge sharing session. and sharing your valuable insights with all of us. Our heartfelt gratitude to all of you. And I request you all to kindly come forward for a quick group picture. Thank you once again. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a video message from Honorable Minister of Housing Development, Urban Affairs and Power, Shri Manohar Lal Khattar ji.
नमस्कार। बिल्ड इंडिया इंफ्रा अवार्ड्स के सभी सम्मानित अतिथिगण, नॉमिनीज और विनर्स को मेरी हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। इस प्रतिष्ठित आयोजन का हिस्सा बनकर मुझे बेहद खुशी हो रही है, जो भारत के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर विकास में उत्कृष्टता को पहचानता और प्रोत्साहित करता है। प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हमारी सरकार अर्बन ट्रांसपोर्ट और पावर सेक्टर में आधुनिक, सस्टेनेबल और नवोन्मेषी अर्थात इनोवेटिव इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर विकसित करने के लिए पूरी प्रतिबद्धता के साथ काम कर रही है। पीएम गतिशक्ति और नेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पाइपलाइन जैसी कई पहल देश के बुनियादी ढांचे को नए आयाम दे रही हैं और विकास को तेज गति प्रदान कर रही हैं। मुझे ये देखकर हर्ष हो रहा है कि बिल्ड इंडिया इंफ्रा अवार्ड्स न केवल बेहतरीन परियोजनाओं को सम्मानित कर रहे हैं, बल्कि इनोवेशन, सस्टेनेबिलिटी और कम्युनिटी एंगेजमेंट को भी बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि ये इनिशिएटिव्स देश के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर विकास को और मजबूत बनाएंगे। आपका योगदान भारत के विकास के लिए अमूल्य है। सभी नॉमिनीज और विजेताओं को मेरी हार्दिक बधाई। मैं आपको भविष्य के प्रयासों के लिए शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Thank you so much, sir, for that inspirational message. Also, we have an inspirational video message by Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, Minister of Road Transport and Highways. Let's listen in. And I would request.
Namaskar, all respectable dignitaries and dear friends. It is a pleasure for me to interact with you. India is the fastest growing economy in the world. The dream of our Prime Minister to make Indian economy as the third largest economy in the world. Atmanirbhar Bharat, $5 trillion economy. And that is exactly a correct mission for us. For fulfilling this dream, the first important thing is we need to develop good infrastructure in the country. I always giving the example of American President John F. Kennedy. Actually, his historical statement is very important. The statement was that the American roads are not good because America is rich, but America is rich because American roads are good. The development of infrastructure is very important. And today, water, power, transport, and communication, these are the four important sectors as far as our infrastructure is concerned. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, our government has given highest priority for development of infrastructure in the country. And that is the reason that the growth rate is continuously increasing. A good infrastructure is going to attract capital investment in industry, trade, and business, which is going to increase our export. And at the same time, it is going to create more jobs. And create more jobs is very important because ultimately, by creating jobs, we are going to eradicate the poverty. And that is exactly the dream of our government and the Prime Minister. And for the reason, we need good contractors, good designers, good DPR people also we need for preparation of good DPR. And actually, we need to develop our knowledge with the international standards and codes. I am really happy in this function. You are going to award the people who are doing excellent job and having a good track record in infrastructure. You are specially felicitating them, and that is to be a great thing. From my side, I am giving my all best wishes to the successful contractor, designers, consultants, and engineers for their achievements and for their good work. Once again, I am giving my best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir, for motivating all of us with your speech and with your message. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are fortunate that we are joined by our guest of honor, Honorable Minister of State for Road Transport and Highways and Company Affairs, Shri Harsh Malhotra ji. Let us all, with a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Honorable Minister on the stage. Also, I would request Mr. Vaibhav Dange, co-founder and director, Build India Foundation, to kindly join us on the stage and welcome the Honorable Minister with a bouquet. We are fortunate to have you here, sir. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion with your august presence. आपका बहुत बहुत आभार, अभिनंदन और आदर. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for an interesting conversation on a meticulously curated topic, Highway Chat with Honorable Minister, which will be moderated by Shri Subhash Narayan, Senior Editor, Mint. A very warm welcome, Mr. Narayan. And the stage is all yours. Can we have the mic on the stage, please? Team, let us quickly pass on the mic to the eminent guests. सर, आपका बहुत बहुत आभार. आपने अपना कीमती समय निकालकर इस आयोजन को और भी महत्वपूर्ण बनाया. हम हृदय से आपके आभारी हैं.
I think the minister deserves a big round of applause. Being the last session. सर, मैं आपसे पहला क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा दिल्ली के बारे में ही. दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन को कम करने का एक इनिशिएटिव मिनिस्ट्री ने भी लिया था कि डिकंजेस्ट करेंगे रोड्स को, और आपने भी इलेक्शन असेंबली इलेक्शन से पहले प्रपोजल दिया था कि 12,500 करोड़ के 4 प्रोजेक्ट बनेंगे और CIRF से एक दिल्ली के लिए स्पेशल फंड क्रिएट किया जाएगा. मैं पूछना चाहता हूं उसका क्या स्टेटस, उसमें क्या हो रहा है?
दिल्ली के लिए स्पेशल फंड ऑलरेडी क्रिएटेड है. अप्रोक्सीमेट 1000 करोड़ रुपीस अभी जो प्रीवियस दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट थी उसके पास थे, PWD डिपार्टमेंट के पास, which they have not utilized. Definitely this government is going to utilize it, first of all. Secondly, डिकंजेशन करने के लिए हमने, आप देखते हैं कि एयरपोर्ट से धौलाकुआं जाने में आज 1 घंटा लग रहा है. उसके लिए अभी जो हमने नई परियोजना अनाउंस की उसमें शिव मूर्ति से लेकर के नेल्सन मंडेला मार्ग तक एक अंडरग्राउंड टनल को प्रपोज किया है, which has been passed. और उसके अलावा जो दिल्ली कटरा हाईवे है, एक्सप्रेसवे है, उसमें बहुत से लोग दिल्ली में आने की उनको जरूरत नहीं है. अगर उन्होंने सीधा एयरपोर्ट जाना है तो उसके लिए अलग एक UER2 का रूट भी डेवलप कर दिया है, जिसको प्रपोज कर दिया, और वो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी स्टार्ट सून. सेकेंडली, दिल्ली देहरादून हाईवे में अगर किसी ने देहरादून से आते हुए नोएडा जाना है तो उनको दिल्ली आने की जरूरत नहीं है. उसके लिए एक अलग से स्पर को प्रपोज किया है जो कि जल्दी तैयार होगा. दिल्ली मुंबई एक्सप्रेसवे से अगर किसी को उत्तर प्रदेश जाना है, देहरादून जाना है, तो उसके लिए अलीपुर की साइड से होते हुए एक स्पर को डिवाइस किया है. तो और उससे पहले भी आप देखेंगे जो ईस्टर्न पेरिफेरल वे और वेस्टर्न पेरिफेरल वे है, वो सबसे पहला बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट था दिल्ली को डिकंजेस्ट करने का, पोल्यूशन से कम पोल्यूशन करने का. उसके कारण से 65,000 व्हीकल पर डे अब दिल्ली में नहीं आते हैं जिन्होंने उत्तर प्रदेश से हरियाणा सीधा जाना है. तो देयर आर सो मेनी अदर प्रोजेक्ट्स which are in the pipeline for this.
And on the national level also, the ministry has been getting one of the highest allocation for last few years. इस साल भी 2,90,000 करोड़ का सेंट्रल एलोकेशन मिला है. उसका क्या प्लान है सर? बिकॉज ये मैं प्रश्न इसलिए भी पूछ रहा हूँ क्योंकि NHAI का डेट लेवल्स भी बहुत हाई है. बहुत सारा पैसा डेट को क्लियर करने में निकल जाता है नए प्रोजेक्ट्स में.
जितना आप डेप्थ लेवल की बात कर रहे हैं वो हमारा 1 साल का बजट एलोकेशन है, तो वो हाई बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. वो हम जो हमारी प्लानिंग्स मोनेटाइजेशन ऑफ रोड्स की है, तो स्लोली वी आर गोइंग टू पे. दैट्स नॉट वेरी हाई. लगभग 3,75,000 करोड़ रुपए का एक साल का बजट है हमारा. और जिस स्पीड से पिछले अगर 65 इयर्स में देखें तो नेशनल हाईवे 91,000 किलोमीटर बना, और हमने पिछले 10 साल में अप्रोक्सीमेट 55,000 किलोमीटर ऑफ नेशनल हाईवे बना दिया है. और जो पाइपलाइन में है वो अलग. इसकी स्पीड देखिए आप, 2014 से पहले नेशनल हाईवे बनने की स्पीड 12 किलोमीटर पर डे थी. आज वो अप्रोक्सीमेट 30 किलोमीटर पर डे आ गई है. एंड दे आर नॉट ओनली द रोड्स ऑफ कॉन्क्रीट, दे आर द रोड्स ऑफ प्रोग्रेस, दे आर द रोड्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. आज जो 1 रुपया नेशनल हाईवे में लगता है वो जीडीपी में 3.2 का एडिशन करता है. तो किसी भी तरह से हमें डेब्ट्स की चिंता नहीं है. हमारे एक साल का जो हमारा बजट है वो उसके बराबर है.
सर ये क्वेश्चन मैंने इसलिए भी पूछा क्योंकि आफ्टर कोविड हाईवे कंस्ट्रक्शन में बिग पिकअप आया था, लेकिन लास्ट 2 सालों से हाईवे कंस्ट्रक्शन और अवार्ड दोनों स्लो हो गए हैं काफी. 10,000 किलोमीटर का कंस्ट्रक्शन लास्ट ईयर हुआ था. अगले साल का भी टारगेट आपने शायद 10,000 किलोमीटर का ही रखा है, और अवार्ड्स काफी कम हो गए. तो
नहीं, ये पूरी तरह करेक्ट नहीं है. आप इसको लेंथ में देख रहे हैं. आप जो हमारा 2 लेन हाईवे है हम उसको 4 लेन कर रहे हैं. जो हमारा 4 लेन हाईवे है उसको हम 6 लेन कर रहे हैं. 6 लेन हाईवे को 8 लेन कर रहे हैं. तो आप परसेंटेज वाइज देखेंगे, द बिल्ट ऑफ नेशनल हाईवे लेंथ वाइज एंड विड्थ वाइज इट इज बिकमिंग मोर एंड मोर. हम उसको किसी भी तरह से पीछे नहीं है, क्योंकि आप डीकंजेशन की बात करते हैं तो उसके लिए लेन्स ज्यादा चाहिए ना, सिर्फ लेंथ नहीं चाहिए. कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी और वेस्ट से ईस्ट हमारे जितने भी हाईवेज हैं, सभी हाईवेज जो पुराने हाईवेज हैं उनको और बेटर इक्विप्ड कर रहे हैं फॉर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन.
और सर मतलब आगे चल के ये क्या लीनियर कैलकुलेशन ऑफ जो डेटा हम लोग लेते थे हाईवे का, उसको शिफ्ट करके लेन किलोमीटर्स में कैलकुलेशन
कर सकेंगे आप. लेकिन आप एक बेसिक बात देखिए, जो बात मैंने पहले भी कही, कि पिछले 65 सालों को अगर आप इस 10 साल से हमारे डिकेड प्रीवियस डिकेड से कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो वी आर फार अहेड. और उसमें हमारी प्रोजेक्शंस भी उसी स्पीड से आगे बढ़ रही हैं. हमारा काम करने का तरीके के साथ साथ काम का कैलकुलेशन भी आप देखेंगे. हाईवेज का बिल्डिंग और उसको अदर एम्यूनिटीज के साथ कनेक्ट करना, दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर दिस.
और सर इस बजट में नेशनल मोनेटाइजेशन पाइपलाइन 2.0 का भी एक अनाउंसमेंट किया गया है. रोड सेक्टर का काफी अच्छा कंट्रीब्यूशन रहा था फर्स्ट पाइपलाइन में, 1,10,000 करोड़ के लगभग का. तो नेक्स्ट राउंड में
आपने अपने प्रश्न का आंसर खुद ही दे दिया. 1,10,000 करोड़ का मोनेटाइजेशन ऑलरेडी किया है. और आप देखिए हम जो रोड्स बना रहे हैं वो भी उस मॉडल पर बना रहे हैं, बीओटी मॉडल पर बना रहे हैं कि बिल्ट ऑपरेट. वो बनाएंगे भी, बनाने के साथ साथ उसकी मेंटेनेंस भी करेंगे. और जो टोल उससे मिल रहा है उसमें हमें उनको, कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स तो ऐसे हैं कि हमें उनको एक भी पैसा नहीं देना है, वो उसी से अर्न कर रहे हैं. उसका प्रोजेक्ट अपने आप में वायबल है. कुछ पॉइंट्स पर जहां पर हमें वायबिलिटी लगती है 20% तक, 30% तक, 40% तक हम उसको पेमेंट कर रहे हैं. पर बहुत से प्रोजेक्ट्स ऐसे हैं कि बीओटी में हमें पेमेंट भी नहीं करना है, और कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स तो ऐसे हैं जिसमें वो कंसेशनर सरकार को पेमेंट कर रहा है.
सर बीओटी को ही लेके एनएचएआई ने कुछ 53 प्रोजेक्ट्स लास्ट ईयर उन लोगों ने आइडेंटिफाई किया था 2,10,000 करोड़ का. लेकिन अभी बिड पे बीओटी प्रोजेक्ट्स पिकअप
आ जाएगा. आप लोग थोड़ा ज्यादा जल्दी में है, इट इज टेकिंग टाइम. और मोर ओवर आप इंटेंशन को देखिए, इंटेंशन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट देखिए, मोदी जी का थिंकिंग देखिए, मोदी जी का विजन देखिए, गडकरी जी का इंप्लीमेंटेशन देखिए. आप पहले कभी सोच सकते था कि रोड बना रहे हैं और हमने एक भी पैसा नहीं देना है? पैसा उल्टा वो हमें कंसेशनर दे रहा है. तो बिग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आया है और देश की इकोनॉमी जो आज 11th पोजीशन से 5th पोजीशन पर आई है और अगले 5-7 साल में हम उसको 3rd पोजीशन पर लेके जाने के उसमें है, उसमें रोड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का बहुत बड़ा हाथ।
एक और बड़ा हाथ रोड सेक्टर का रहेगा लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट को कम करने में, जो कि अभी डबल डिजिट में चल रहा है।
आप देखिए आज दिल्ली मुंबई एक्सप्रेसवे बन रहा है। दिल्ली से मुंबई जाने में 33, 34, 35 घंटे लगा करते थे। जब ये पूरा हो जाएगा 2026 में दिल्ली मुंबई एक्सप्रेसवे 12 घंटे लगेंगे। आप देखिए क्या क्या चीज कम होगी। जो टाइम कम होगा, टाइम के साथ साथ जो फ्रेट्स वाले ट्रक्स हैं उनको आधे समय में वहां पहुंचेंगे। कितनी बचत है पेट्रोल की, फ्यूल की, और बिजनेस को कितना एकदम इकोनॉमी को शूटअप मिलेगा। दिस इज ओनली वन थिंग। दूसरा, बेंगलोर चेन्नई बन रहा है, उसी हिसाब से दिल्ली देहरादून है, दिल्ली मेरठ एक्सप्रेसवे है। मैं तो ईस्ट दिल्ली में रहता हूं, वहीं से सांसद हूं। एक टाइम था जब गाजीपुर से निजामुद्दीन आने में 35-40 मिनट लगते थे। आज अगर गाजीपुर, जो कि दिल्ली यूपी का बॉर्डर है, वहां से मुझे सराय कालेखा या निजामुद्दीन जाना है, इट टेक्स ओनली 7 मिनट्स। कितना पैसा बच रहा है, कितना एनर्जी बच रहा है, कितना फ्यूल बच रहा है। तो ऑटोमेटिकली सभी एक्सपेंसेस कम होते हैं।
लेकिन एक कंसर्न कम्यूटर्स का है कि जैसे जैसे न्यू एज हाईवेज आ रहे हैं, टोल देना बढ़ता जा रहा है। दिल्ली से मुंबई जाने में कम से कम 3,000 से ज्यादा रुपए खर्च करने पड़ेंगे।
मैं उन कंज्यूमर्स को बड़ा क्लियरली कैलकुलेट करके बता सकता हूं कि अगर उन्हें 2,500-3 हजार रुपए देने पड़ेंगे, तो अगर उनका 15,000 बच रहा है तो उसमें 3,000 देना पड़ेगा, तो नेट उनको 12-13 हजार का फायदा है भाई। हम एक तो सिचुएशन यह है कि पुराने हाईवे से चले जाओ, पैसा बच जाएगा, लेकिन आप 35 घंटे में पहुंचेंगे, पेट्रोल उतना लगा देंगे, 1-2 जगह रुकना पड़ सकता है, उसका भी खर्चा आएगा। तो नेट इसमें फायदा है, नुकसान नहीं है कंज्यूमर को भी, और नेशनल ग्रोथ, नेशनल इकोनॉमिकल ग्रोथ को भी फायदा है।
सर, सरकार की कोई थिंकिंग है कि एटलीस्ट पैसेंजर व्हीकल्स के लिए कोई प्रावधान किया जाए जिनको?
देखिए, हमें फ्री से बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा, हमें गुड क्वालिटी की तरफ जाना पड़ेगा। और आज कंज्यूमर, पैसेंजर गुड क्वालिटी चाहता है, वो जाम में फंसना नहीं चाहता। तो लेकिन हमारी टोलिंग की नई पॉलिसी, नई टेक्निक भी आएगी, जो कि सैटेलाइट से रिलेटेड टोलिंग है। आप जितना ट्रेवल करेंगे आपको उतना ही पैसा देना है। द मोमेंट यू एंटर द हाईवे एंड द मोमेंट you exit the highway, you have to pay that 20 kilometers only. Not one toll is, the another toll distance is, suppose it is 60 kilometer, तो 60 किलोमीटर का पैसा नहीं देना आपको। 20 किलोमीटर ट्रेवल करेंगे तो आपको 20 किलोमीटर का देना है। तो this is also we are planning and we are going to implement it soon.
Sir, there is also one concern of the number of accidents on Indian highways, which is one of the highest globally. तो अपने हाईवेज को सेफ बनाने के दिशा में भी कुछ काम?
बिल्कुल, ये बहुत बड़ा कंसर्न है। इस पर हमने जो कैशलेस एक्सीडेंट स्कीम भी इंप्लीमेंट करनी शुरू की है। 5 स्टेट्स और 2 यूटीज में उसका पायलट कर रहे हैं कि अगर हाईवे पे कोई एक्सीडेंट होता है तो उसके लिए एम्बुलेंसेस की अवेलेबिलिटी नियर बाय, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल। सेकेंडली, उस पेशेंट को पास के बड़े हॉस्पिटल में लेकर के जाना, और 7 दिन तक लगभग 1.5 लाख का इलाज भी हम फ्री दे रहे हैं। अभी पायलट में हमने इसको ऐसा किया है। तो ये एक बड़ी पहल है सरकार की इस चीज को देखने के लिए, और हम इस बात के लिए प्रतिबद्ध हैं कि हमें ये रोड एक्सीडेंट्स कम करने हैं। उसके लिए सिक्योरिटी मेजर्स, मॉनिटरिंग मेजर्स, ये लगातार हम कर रहे हैं। लगभग 4,000 किलोमीटर पर हमारे मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम ऑलरेडी इन पोजीशन है। तो वी आर ट्राइंग वेरी मच फॉर दिस रोड सेफ्टी एंड टू रिड्यूस द एक्सीडेंट्स ऑन रोड्स, हाईवेज।
ये पायलट को नेशन वाइड रोल?
हाँ, अभी पायलट का पर्पस ही यही होता है। जब हम इसको पायलट को ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, पायलट सिस्टम को, उसको नेशन वाइड भी जल्दी ही लेके जाएंगे। विद इन ईयर वी कैन स्टार्ट दिस।
सर, मिनिस्ट्री ने विजन 2047 प्लान भी बनाया है, उसके तहत सरकार क्या करने का सोच रही है इन नेक्स्ट डिकेड और 2?
आप देखिए जिस गति से, जिस स्पीड से नेशनल हाईवेज इस समय बन रहे हैं और कवर कर रहे हैं हम थ्रू आउट इंडिया। अगर हम दिल्ली मुंबई एक्सप्रेसवे बना रहे हैं तो जयपुर का बाईपास भी बना रहे हैं, जयपुर का रिंग रोड भी बना रहे हैं। अगर हम गुवाहाटी को रिंग रोड बना रहे हैं, मैं तो 2-3 एग्जाम्पल बताए हैं आपको, और उसमें हम बहुत से रोपवेज को भी लेके आ रहे हैं। रोपवेज जनरली ये समझ में आता है कि कटरा से भवन तक जाना है तो रोपवे चाहिए। हम विद इन द सिटी रोपवे बना रहे हैं, वाराणसी में, उज्जैन में, बिजली महादेव में। हमारे 5-6 प्रोजेक्ट्स पाइपलाइन में हैं जो कि स्टार्ट हो गए हैं। ये भी डीकंजेशन का एक पार्ट है, और बहुत 7-8 रोपवेज विद इन द सिटी हमारे पाइपलाइन में है।
और इसके आगे जाके क्या फोकस हमारा ज्यादा एक्सेस कंट्रोल्ड हाईवेज बनाने का रहेगा टू प्रोवाइड फास्टर मोबिलिटी अक्रॉस द इकोनॉमिक सेक्टर?
डेफिनेटली एक्सेस कंट्रोल का फायदा ये है कि एक्सीडेंट भी कम होते हैं। अगर हम ग्रीन फील्ड्स में से जा रहे हैं तो उसमें एनिमल्स का आना नहीं हो पाता है, और सिटीज में से जा रहे हैं तो या तो फुटओवर ब्रिजेस हैं या अंडरपासेस हैं, तो डेफिनेटली उसमें स्पीड भी बढ़ती है, टाइम बचता है, पैसा बचता है, और इकोनॉमिकली भी वायबिलिटी बढ़ जाती है।
सर, इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स का भी बनाने का था अलोंग द हाईवेज, उसके प्रोग्रेस कैसे?
इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स,
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब्स ऑफ द कंट्री,
इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स को कनेक्ट करना है नेशनल हाईवे से, एक्सप्रेस वे से। इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स जरूर मोदी जी की सरकार ने बड़ा अच्छा, उनका विजन है कि मेजर जो हमारी सिटीज हैं वहां पर इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स हो, लेकिन वो इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर अगर नेशनल हाईवे से कनेक्ट होंगे तो उसकी वायबिलिटी, उसकी इकोनॉमिक्स और बेटर और मैनीफोल्ड अप हो जाती है। मान लो मुंबई पूना या चेन्नई बेंगलोर, उधर का साउथ के कोई इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स हैं, और उन कॉरिडोर्स के साथ, वो कॉरिडोर्स को मिसनॉमर किया जाता है एक्सप्रेसवेज के साथ। दे आर नॉट एक्सप्रेसवेज, दे आर द हब्स ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री, बट दे आर टू बी कनेक्टेड विद द एक्सप्रेसवेज फॉर द मोबिलिटी। और इसके साथ साथ आप देखिए, जो प्रधानमंत्री जी के विजन में ग्रामीण सड़क योजना है, वो इतना बड़ा, लगभग 3.5 लाख किलोमीटर, 3.5 लाख किलोमीटर का ग्रामीण सड़क योजना, मतलब गांवों को सिटीज से जोड़ना, गांवों को नेशनल हाईवे से जोड़ना। उसके कारण से जो प्रोड्यूस गांव की है, किसान की है, फार्मर की है, जिसको 15 घंटे 14 घंटे लग जाते थे अपने प्रोडक्ट को लेके जाने के लिए, बहुत से 50% ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट्स तो उसके सड़ जाते थे, जो सब्जी है, फल है। लेकिन आज ग्रामीण सड़क योजना के नेटवर्क के कारण से वो 14 घंटे का सफर 5 घंटे में, 4 घंटे में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है, तो उससे इकोनॉमी भी बढ़ रही है।
सर, ये ग्रीन हाईवेज भी बनाने का प्लान चल रहा था विद चार्जिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अलोंग द हाईवेज एंड।
बिल्कुल, ग्रीन हाईवेज के साथ साथ आप सोचिए, जो ये हाईवेज हमने अभी बनाए हैं, आपके क्वेश्चन के अलावा एक बात आपको बताना चाहता हूं, एम्प्लॉयमेंट की बात सब लोग करते हैं। अभी तक पिछले 10 साल में हमने 45 करोड़ मैन आवर्स का एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट किया है डायरेक्टली, और 57 करोड़ आवर्स, मैन आवर्स, इनडायरेक्ट एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट हुई है, और मोर देन 400 करोड़ इंड्यूस्ड मैन आवर्स हमने एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट की है। ये छोटा बात नहीं है। तभी तो मैं कह रहा हूं कि जो रोड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, ये हमारी जीडीपी में 3.2 वर्सेस 1 रुपीस को कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहा है, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ओनली, दिस ऑल्सो।
सर, अभी हम 3rd लार्जेस्ट रोड नेटवर्क इन द वर्ल्ड है, क्या हम सोच सकते हैं अगले कुछ सालों में नंबर 1 इसमें बन जाएंगे?
बिल्कुल बन सकते हैं, जो हमारी प्रोजेक्शंस हैं, जो हम काम कर रहे हैं। और आपने अभी ग्रीन हाईवेज की बात की थी, तो हमारी मिनिस्ट्री, गडकरी जी की विजन है कि हम जो पेट्रोल यूज कर रहे हैं उसमें इथेनॉल मिक्स वाले इंजन्स को प्रमोट कर रहे हैं। आज E20 का मतलब है कि up to 18% of ethanol can be mixed with the petrol. तो उससे जो हमारी कार्बन एमिशन है वो बहुत कम होता है. अगर नरेंद्र मोदी जी आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का ये सपना है कि हम 2070 में अपना कार्बन एमिशन जीरो करेंगे, तो उसके अंदर ये बहुत बड़ा स्टेप है और ये स्टार्ट हो गया, ऐसा नहीं है. और वो इथेनॉल, क्योंकि मैं साइंस स्टूडेंट हूं, तो इथेनॉल में कार्बन का 2 कार्बन एमिट होते हैं, पेट्रोल में 8 कार्बन पार्टिकल्स एमिट होते हैं. तो कितना कम हो रहा है और उसकी कॉस्टिंग भी कम है. और हम इथेनॉल किससे बना रहे हैं? पराली से बना रहे हैं, हम गन्ने से बना रहे हैं, हम जो गेहूं का जो बाली है उससे बना रहे हैं और अपने देश में बना रहे हैं, जिसके कारण से जो एक्सपोर्ट, हम जो इंपोर्ट ऑफ द पेट्रोल है वो भी कम करते हैं, हमारा फॉरेक्स भी हमारे देश में रह जाता है. तो दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द मेजर फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम्स ऑफ आवर ट्रांसपोर्ट मिनिस्ट्री, जिसका विजन नितिन गडकरी जी हमें विजन भी देते हैं और इंप्लीमेंट भी करते हैं.
Sir, many thanks for speaking to us.
Thank
A
you.
big round of applause for the minister.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for those valuable insights. हम आपके आभारी हैं. मैं आपसे अनुरोध करूंगी कि कृपया कर आप मंच पर रहें, हमारे साथ बने रहें. And I would request Shri Vaibhav Dange ji to kindly join us on the stage. It's time to present our awards in the remaining 2 sectors. The visuals of the winners will be played on the screen. We request you, all the winners, to quickly come and take your awards as soon as your names are displayed. So let's begin with the awards.
Impact Award is presented to Ashoka Buildcon Limited for their transformative impact by reducing travel time to and fro the airport, creating 5,000 direct and 20,000 indirect jobs, and effectively impacted the passenger traffic at the MOPA airport. Their contributions have significantly created lasting value for the community.
Congratulations for that outstanding achievement.
The Roads and Highways Impact Award is presented to Border Roads Organization in recognition for this high-altitude project at 13,700 feet. The project includes 2 tunnels, 1,003 meters and 1,595 meters, and a parallel escape tunnel. It also features a 6.8 kilometers approach road and 1.1 kilometers link road, totaling to 11.23 kilometers. The tunnel will provide
Let us
all-weather
keep
connectivity to Tawang.
the round of applause going for the winners, for the achievers, for the work and their contribution.
Augmenting the socio-economic development of the border region. The Roads and Highways Sustainability Award is presented jointly
Can
to
we have the
Larsen
winner
&
on the
Toubro,
stage, please?
L&T, and Cube Highways for this landmark initiative that demonstrates the potential of advanced
Congratulations.
recycling technologies in road construction. By using asphalt from existing road materials, they not only minimized waste but also achieved cost effectiveness while maintaining the highest standards of safety and durability, saving 4.7 million liters of diesel and conserving 28 million liters of bitumen.
This was a joint award for L&T.
The Roads and Highways Innovation Award is presented to Larsen & Toubro Limited for designing the coastal road which enhances connectivity between Marine Drive and Amarsan Garden or Haji Ali Dargah, including the tunnel, significantly reducing travel time from 45 minutes to just 8 minutes.
Which is
L&T
Roads
has
and
introduced
Roads
India's
and
first
Highways
ever
Innovation
Sakardo tunnel
Award,
ventilation system,
Larsen and Toubro
along
Limited.
with an advanced traffic management control system, TMCS, equipped with CCTVs, traffic signages, PA systems, and emergency call boxes. Build India takes pride in acknowledging this transformational project towards making Mumbai a growth hub.
Congratulations.
Presented to SBS Construction with the distinction of possessing the nation's longest navigational span of an impressive 500 meters.
Next winner,
This architectural
SBS
masterpiece
Construction.
links the Dwarka mainland
SBS
to the
Constructions, can
enchanting
we have
Great
you on the
Dwarka
stage,
Island.
please?
The project is of 4.772 kilometers, encompassing both the approach road, which encompasses 1 megawatt solar plant, 1,000 plus vehicle parking, decorated dynamic lighting, and unique road signages for a distinct visitor experience. The Special Jury Award, Innovative Technology, is presented to Amnex Info Technologies Private Limited for revolutionizing the infrastructure development by serving as a centralized data repository for structured and unstructured data. Successfully adopted by NHAI, the IPMP solution now extends to MORTH and
Let us keep the applause
NHIDCS,
going, ladies
offering
and gentlemen.
system-generated reports and role-based dashboards for effective project management. The Special Jury Award Innovative Technology is presented to University of New South Wales, Sydney, for developing a cost-effective, made-in-India driving simulator at IDTR Pune for realistic training in a risk-free environment.
Next winners, can we have you on the stage, please?
The Special Jury Award Innovative Technology is presented to Bitchem Asphalt Technologies for their innovative Bitchem Cold Binder, which is patented mixed design-based bitumen emulsion with performance additives and anti-stripping agents.
The University of New
This cold
South
mix
Wales.
ensures higher construction efficiency, enhanced durability, and compliance with IRC SP 100 2014 by providing better sealing and surface strength through a pre-mixed seal coat. The Special Jury Award Innovative Technology is presented to CSIR for developing this
Winners,
unique
can we
construction
have you on the
material.
stage, please? CSIR.
Biobitumen from rice straw to reduce dependency on fossil-based bitumen. In October 2024, the world's first highway section using biobitumen was constructed on NH6. This innovative technology, if adopted on large scale, shall be instrumental in cutting down import costs and promote sustainable road construction. The Special Jury Award is presented to Interrise Trust for their exemplary efforts in
Congratulations
establishing
to all the
innovative and
winners,
sustainable
to all the
operations
awardees.
and maintenance management practices. Their commitment to efficiency, longevity, and environmental responsibility has set a benchmark in the industry, ensuring long-term infrastructure sustainability and optimal resource utilization. Build India is happy to be one of the first platforms that recognizes this emerging modality of O&M management in road construction.
The University of New South Wales, Sydney, for Special Jury Award for Innovative Technology. Congratulations once again. That was well deserved.
The Power Transmission Innovation Award is presented to L&T in recognition of their groundbreaking, first of its kind solar-powered floating fiber reinforced polymer barges, utilizing advanced anchoring and mooring technologies.
Power
This
transmission
project
sector.
sets a global benchmark for floating solar stability and efficiency. The project is envisaged to mitigate around 23 lakh tons of CO2 emissions over its operational life, contributing significantly towards India's net zero goal. This project has utilized water bodies for solar panel and floating platform for equipment installation, saving 2.12 square kilometers of land area, which is a critical resource in India. The Power Transmission Impact Award is presented to L&T for their commendable contribution to a project of national importance. The tunnel E&M works include state-of-the-art systems such as advanced ventilation, power distribution, and safety solutions designed to operate in challenging Himalayan terrain and extreme climatic conditions.
Let us all put our hands together for all the winners in the sectors roads and highways and power transmission. This was the last award sector. And now I would request all the awardees to kindly join us on the stage for a group picture. Also the sectoral jury members, Mr. Vijay Chibbar, Mr. N.N. Sinha, Ms. Dakshita Das, Mr. Sharad Sabnis, Mr. Arvind Singh, Dr. R.P. Singh, Mr. Vishwas Pathak. All the sectoral jurors, we request you to kindly join us on the stage, and all the winners. Can we have you on the stage, please, for a group picture? We can take the position for the group picture in a way that we can split ourselves in two rows so that all of us get covered in the group picture. People who are behind, they are not getting, I'm afraid they are not getting covered in the group picture. Congratulations to all the winners once again. Let us all put our hands together, not only for the winners, but also for the jurors who have played an eminent role in deciding the deserving candidates. And as we approach the end of today's event, I request Shri Vaibhav Dange, co-founder and director, Build India Foundation, to kindly present the concluding remarks.
I know it's quite late in the evening and everybody is waiting for their dinner. And so before we conclude, thank you everyone and congratulations to the winners. As I said, those who have won the awards, big kudos to them, but not only to them, to every nominee, because it was very difficult to select out of all the nominees. So thank you everybody, and we look forward to continue those kind of creating engineering marvels for modern India. And thank you for creating those engineering marvels for India. May I request, there are a lot of dignitaries I know here. May I request Mr. Shiv Khera and Dheerajji, please join us on a stage for a picture. It will be honor and we will be grateful to you, sir, if you can join us for a picture. Thank you so much.
We are fortunate to have you here with us this evening, sir, to grace not only the occasion, but your blessings are important in an endeavor like this.